Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize disease in the coronary arteries, the source of heart attacks and sudden death. Atlantic Medical Imaging is a world leader in coronary CTA. We have the largest case experience in coronary CTA anywhere. With a supporting staff devoted to your dignity and health, our board-certified radiologists are dedicated to bringing you the most advanced medical imaging in the world. Call the imaging experts at 609-677-X-ray and visit us on the web at atlanticmedicalimaging.com. Atlantic Medical Imaging. Experience you can trust.
Toyota of Vineland, family owned and operated for over 30 years. We have the cars and trucks you need at the price you want.
South Jersey's positive radio station is Pop FM 99.9 Power of Positivity, with local news, weather, and events in Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland. Streaming online at popfm999.com. On Pop FM, you have the power to keep it positive.
We are a family business. Myself and my wife wait on 90% of the customers who walk in the door. So you're going to get somebody who's going to help you who knows something about the floor covering business. But we specialize in carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, area rugs, and a service. When we stock a lot of rolls of carpet, buying from the roll as a customer, you save money. I am very proud to own Richland Carpet, and I am very proud of the selection and the service that we provide.
Welcome to Clark & Fox, a company dedicated to representing the international and domestic insurance markets. We are a group of individuals who created a world-class law firm and company through passion, purpose, and practice. We pride ourselves on providing consistent and extraordinary legal services to our clients from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to California and many places in between. Our goal is to become the most knowledgeable and respected law firm representing the insurance industry. This singular goal guides and defines all of our decisions. If you wish to join the Clark & Fox team, either as a client or member of our firm, please reach out to us.
Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize disease in the coronary arteries, the source of heart attacks and sudden death. Atlantic Medical Imaging is a world leader in coronary CTA. We have the largest case experience in coronary CTA anywhere. With a supporting staff devoted to your dignity and health, our board-certified radiologists are dedicated to bringing you the most advanced medical imaging in the world. Call the imaging experts at 609-677-X-ray and visit us on the web at atlanticmedicalimaging.com. Atlantic Medical Imaging. Experience you can trust.
Toyota of Vineland, family owned and operated for over 30 years. We have the cars and trucks you need at the price you want.
South Jersey's positive radio station is Pop FM 99.9 Power of Positivity, with local news, weather, and events in Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland. Streaming online at popfm999.com. On Pop FM, you have the power to keep it positive.
We are a family business. Myself and my wife wait on 90% of the customers who walk in the door. So you're going to get somebody who's going to help you who knows something about the floor covering business. But we specialize in carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, area rugs, and a service. When we stock a lot of rolls of carpet, buying from the roll as a customer, you save money. I am very proud to own Richland Carpet, and I am very proud of the selection and the service that we provide.
Welcome to Clark & Fox, a company dedicated to representing the international and domestic insurance markets. We are a group of individuals who created a world-class law firm and company through passion, purpose, and practice. We pride ourselves on providing consistent and extraordinary legal services to our clients from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to California and many places in between. Our goal is to become the most knowledgeable and respected law firm representing the insurance industry. This singular goal guides and defines all of our decisions. If you wish to join the Clark & Fox team, either as a client or member of our firm, please reach out to us.
Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize disease in the coronary arteries, the source of heart attacks and sudden death. Atlantic Medical Imaging is a world leader in coronary CTA. We have the largest case experience in coronary CTA anywhere. With a supporting staff devoted to your dignity and health, our board-certified radiologists are dedicated to bringing you the most advanced medical imaging in the world. Call the imaging experts at 609-677-X-ray and visit us on the web at atlanticmedicalimaging.com. Atlantic Medical Imaging. Experience you can trust.
Toyota of Vineland, family owned and operated for over 30 years. We have the cars and trucks you need at the price you want.
South Jersey's positive radio station is Pop FM 99.9 Power of Positivity, with local news, weather, and events in Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland. Streaming online at popfm999.com. On Pop FM, you have the power to keep it positive.
We are a family business. Myself and my wife wait on 90% of the customers who walk in the door. So you're going to get somebody who's going to help you who knows something about the floor covering business. But we specialize in carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, area rugs, and a service. When we stock a lot of rolls of carpet, buying from the roll as a customer, you save money. I am very proud to own Richland Carpet, and I am very proud of the selection and the service that we provide.
Welcome to Clark & Fox, a company dedicated to representing the international and domestic insurance markets. We are a group of individuals who created a world-class law firm and company through passion, purpose, and practice. We pride ourselves on providing consistent and extraordinary legal services to our clients from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to California and many places in between. Our goal is to become the most knowledgeable and respected law firm representing the insurance industry. This singular goal guides and defines all of our decisions. If you wish to join the Clark & Fox team, either as a client or member of our firm, please reach out to us.
Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from La Rosa Turf Field on the campus of St. Augustine Prep in Richland, New Jersey for another edition of Friday Night Football right here on the Hermits Broadcasting YouTube channel. We have a major game on the schedule tonight, folks, as the number 4 ranked 2-1 St. Augustine Prep Hermits take on the St. Joe's Academy Wildcats, who enter this game ranked number 18 with a 2-1 record. Once again, welcome everyone. I'm Jimmy Bachman. The guys alongside me today in the booth are Andres La Rosa and Vinny Palestina as we get ready for this matchup in just a few minutes between two notable South Jersey programs that many have nicknamed the Holy War over the years. Guys, this is another big home game for the Hermits in their schedule, and they've looked absolutely dominant in the last two. Don't you guys think?
Yeah, Jimmy, they have. The last two games, they have outscored their opponents by almost 35 points a game. It has been incredible to watch. Even the last game against Williamstown, which was one of the top teams in the state, they blew them out 28-0. They've looked extremely good, led by Kanye Udo, who is having a fantastic year for the Hermits.
Yeah, Kanye's been phenomenal, Vinny. He's just been amazing each game. Absolutely dominant. Defenses have been unable to guard him.
Well, Jimmy and Vinny, I just wanted to start off by saying it's a pleasure to be with you here tonight. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Andres La Rosa, and we welcome you to this presentation of Hermits Broadcasting. The Hermits coming strong off of a win against Williamstown, a statement win, 28-0, and a shutout. I was in the stands for that game. It was actually the Hermits annual Hermit Fest, and let me tell you, it was one great time. The crowd was rowdy, and the players were definitely feeding into that hype, Jimmy.
And we got another good showing tonight. It's a whiteout game. The theme for tonight, we got a lot of guys in the stands so far that we've seen. It's going to get only bigger and bigger as this game gets closer to kickoff.
That's right.
Both teams coming out for the coin toss now. These teams have not played each other in 2 years. Last time St. Joe's matched up against the Hermits was on September 19th, 2019, when the Prep won 28-12 at St. Joe's' home field. The Prep is 3-2 in the last 5 games they've played against these guys, and there's a pretty good rivalry here. These teams see each other quite often.
St. Joe's a notably good football program along with the Hermits, so we're expecting a good game here tonight. Just wanted to point out the Hermits captains tonight lining up in the middle of the field. Number 4, Nasir Hill. Number 14, Trey McClear. Number 5, Dennis Jaquez. And number 55, Brady Small.
St. Joe's comes into this game right now 2-1. As I said, last year they had a nice 7-2 record. And last week they defeated Cherokee 38-21. They're a very good offensive team, Vinny.
Yeah, their defense has struggled a little bit this year, but their offense has more than made up for it. They've scored 93 points in the last 3 games.
Sounds good, Vinny. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, for kickoff right after the national anthem played by the Hermits' own Chris Clayton.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to ask everyone in attendance please rise if you are able. Gentlemen, please do head here. We honor the United States of America and all those in our nation and abroad. Playing our national anthem by Junior Clayton.
We're back here in the booth. Great performance there by Chris Clayton, Hermits' own electric guitar player. He did a great job.
Just something to note, the Hermits did end up winning the coin toss. They ended up deferring, so they will get the ball to begin the second half.
Like we said, coming into this game, high stakes for both of these teams, looking to really make their mark and to continue to make their mark in this season. Going to be a high offensive game, don't we think, Vinny? A lot of scoring. Do you want to tell us some of the keys to the game for the Hermits?
Yeah, so the Hermits definitely need to get a stop on this first possession right here to limit St. Joe's getting out to an early start. As soon as that happens, the offense needs to keep on rolling as they have in the first quarter of the last 2 games, scoring 28 points. Winning this first quarter is going to be huge for the Hermits if they want to win this game.
And let me just elaborate on that, Vinny. Another key to the game would be the Hermits controlling the clock with the running game. You've got a great running back, Kanye Udo, in the backfield. We want to make sure to use him, and controlling the clock would be definitely a key to this game.
Both teams now lining up for the kickoff. Hermits, of course, in their home Navy uniforms. St. Joe's in the away white. As we get ready for kickoff, Brandon Bispo, as always, will be kicking it off for the Hermits. Returning it for St. Joe's will be Jameer Cartagena and number 3, Cole Mercado.
Just something to note, the last time St. Augustine faced off against the Wildcats of St. Joe's, or excuse me, for the year, Brandon Bispo is 12 for 12 on extra points, so he has been very solid.
And we are underway here in Richland. Cartagena is going to take the kickoff at the 10-yard line, and he will be taken down at the 20. Great tackle there by Kenny Selby.
Yeah, the Hermit special teams unit on kickoffs has looked very strong this year. Brandon Bisbo kicks it a long ways down to the 10-yard line, and everybody stays in their lane. They've looked very good.
And now out comes the highly dangerous St. Joe's offense, led by their senior quarterback, Jason Prevard. He's had an excellent season so far. 20 for 40 on attempts, 455 yards passing with 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He's very dangerous.
They have 2 big plays receivers that he can throw to, both averaging over 25 yards per reception, so you know if he gets a completion, it could go for a long ways.
Wildcats will be starting this drive at their own 21-yard line. Brevard in shotgun, Mayfield to his left. And he's going to be a quick pass over to Mercado, and he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yards on first down.
Very strong play by the Hermits defensive front. They've looked very good this year, stopping a lot of screen passes and runs for losses.
And you got to give credit to the sophomore Tristan McClear, making that initial tackle, stopping the play, and earning a loss of yards.
Tristan McClear, of course, the brother of Trey McClear, who we'll see a quarterback a little later. He's on the field as well, plays safety for the Hermits.
And speaking of Trey McClear, just some notable stats this season. He is 15 for 29 with 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
It'll be second down and 14 now for the Wildcats. Brevard under center. This will be a handoff to Mercado. And once again, he's going to be taken down quickly. That time by Nasir Hill.
Nasir Hill known to be a great offensive threat for the Hermits at a wide receiver, but he surely is doing his part on defense here tonight.
Yeah, and this is a very good start for the Hermits defensive front. It is going to be a point of emphasis stopping the St. Joe's rushing attack tonight and making them a one-dimensional team.
Yeah, the Hermits D-line, and really their defense in general has been fantastic this year. Very underrated. Of course, they shut out Williamstown last week in the 28-0 victory, and great start here so far. It'll be 3rd and 19 for the Wildcats, so they have a long way to go here on 3rd down as we are a few minutes into this first quarter in Richland.
And with the Hermits offense just absolutely dominating, they make the defense's job on the field pretty short, and the defense definitely does their job to make some plays.
Brevard looking for someone to go, rolling out to his right. Still looking, and he's just going to have to take it himself and go out of bounds before the St. Joe's 20-yard line, and they are going to be forced to punt. A quick 3 and out for the Wildcats.
Very good defensive stop for the Hermits right there. Controlling the St. Joe's offense will be huge.
Great job there by the Hermits D-backs, just really giving Brevard nowhere to throw to. He just had to take it himself. Probably get off for the Wildcats will be number 16, Trevin Delgazo. He also does the kicking.
So on come the Hermits special teams unit. Trey McClear and Kenny Selby in the backfield to return the punt.
Good snap. Delgazo gets the punt off. It's quite short. McClear's going to let it roll, and it doesn't take a good bounce for the Wildcats. The Hermits will start this drive in Wildcat field range as out comes the Hermits offense, which has been phenomenal to start off this year.
Yeah, and another thing to mention, every time the Hermits offense has had a possession start with inside the opposing territory, they've been very good in converting those opportunities into points, nearly scoring a touchdown every time they've had this chance.
And of course, guys, the main guy on this Hermits offense, Kanye Udo. We talked about him a lot. We talked about him all year, but he has just been absolutely phenomenal. No team has had an answer for him yet, and a good chance the Hermits are going to try to get him busy early in this game.
And Jimmy, you speak of Kanye Udo, but you also got to give credit to Franklin Sims, another senior running back. He's definitely done his part for the Hermits this year, scoring some big plays, especially around the goal line.
Absolutely, Andreas. Selby in motion. It will be a handoff to Kanye on 1st down. He's going to get a good gain there. He's still going all the way up to the Wildcat 42. Kanye Udo really hard to tackle. It took multiple St. Joe's defenders there to take him down.
Yeah, that's something we've seen a lot from Kanye this year. He is a quick, speedy back, but he also has a lot of size that opponents don't realize. And he just does his part to wear down the defense until eventually late in the game he breaks off a lot of big runs.
That's important. The Hermits do a great job of getting big plays on 1st down. Makes life a lot easier on the later downs when you don't have to worry about getting big gains on 3rd down.
And when the defense is so focused on your run game, of course, it opens up threats on the outside for the great Hermits receivers, such as Nasir Hill and Kenny Selby.
And those are the exact receivers out left right now. McClear in the shotgun. Selby once again in motion. And it'll be a hand. Oh, McClear's going to fake it and take it himself. He's going to get the 1st down and a little more, all the way up to the Wildcats 34.
Yeah, that's something we have not seen a lot this year, with McClear only having 25 yards rushing on the season. But a great design play right there from Coach Pete.
And we'll see the Hermits use a lot of motion in the backfield, definitely try to keep the defense on their toes. And they were successful with it there. 9 minutes to go left in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Jimmy Bachman alongside Vinny Palestina and Andres LaRosa for the Holy War as the Hermits take on St. Joe's. Great start here for the Hermits. They got a quick 3 and out, and now they have the ball, getting close to scoring it here.
Another motion play.
That was Hill, but it will be a handoff to Kanye, and he's not going to get much there on 1st down. A gain of 2 yards. One of the few times really we've seen Kanye not get more than 5 yards on a run.
You know, Jimmy, I actually spoke to Kanye today before today's game, and he said he was feeling good. You know, he's rested up, very healthy, and he was expecting a big game for himself today, obviously with putting up big numbers all season with 26 attempted rushes, 242 yards, and 2 touchdowns just against Williamstown. So coming off of a big last game, Kanye came ready to play today.
McClear gets his play from Coach Pete. Also got to be aware that the Hermits like to use the play action quite often to get their very skillful receivers open deep. So watch out for that on these plays here. All in motion, and a flag is thrown. Somebody jumped. That'll be a false start on the Hermits. We've seen that a lot so far this year. One of really the main issues with this offense is that they have jumped off sides a couple times, and it's hurt them in some important positions.
Yeah, their offensive line has struggled a bit with all the motion plays in the backfield. It's hard to just make sure that you get the snap count right. You don't want someone blowing up the play in the backfield. That's just something they're going to need to clean up.
So with that 5-yard penalty, it'll now be 2nd and 12. Hermits now backed up to the Wildcats 37.
And the Hermits just mixing it up on those motion plays. Sometimes they're running play actions, and sometimes they're giving the handoff. So the St. Joe's Wildcats defense has got to be on their toes.
Yeah, and even though there was a false start, they got to give credit to the Hermits offensive line this entire year. They've done a great job. Kanye's done a great job as well. But a lot of his successes also come from the offensive line, giving him so many holes to work with for those big plays downfield.
Big name in the Hermits offensive line is number 72, Gavin Kennedy.
That handoff over to Kanye once again. He's going to get a gain of a yard there, so it'll be 3rd down and long for the Hermits. Not quite in field goal range yet, so they're likely going to try to get a big play here.
Yeah, Kanye tripped in the backfield there. Just an unfortunate play as he did have a bit of a hole opening up to the left side.
And the St. Joe's defense has been so far this year. They've given up a good amount of points to a couple teams, notably Holy Spirit in their loss 2 weeks ago. But they were able to gain momentum back with their win against Cherokee last week. But they definitely depend on their offense to put up a lot of points. But they've looked good so far in this drive. Obviously, Kanye is probably the main part of the game plan. But now to be ready to see what this Hermits receiving core can do.
And as we look out on that St. Joe's defense, we cannot help to notice number 53, Demarion McCoy.
McClear trying to roll to his right, but he's going to have nowhere to go there, and he's going to get sacked. That's number 20, Talon Murray.
Yeah, this is a massive win for the St. Joe's defense right there, as they've struggled to stop anybody all season. The Hermits getting the ball in their own territory, and they were able to stop them without allowing any points.
And the Hermits now going to be forced to punt. Like you said, Vinny, one of the first times we've seen this year where the Hermits really haven't been able to score early, especially with great field position. Tommy LaPerriere is going to punt it away for the Hermits.
We did not see a lot of LaPerriere in the Hermits last game, as they were scoring and kicking field goals a lot.
Mercado is going to return it for the Wildcats. Good snap. Punt is deep into Wildcat territory. Mercado is going to take it at the 15. Running to the outside, looking for somewhere to go. He's going to get a good gain here. Mercado all the way up to the Wildcat 40.
Some tremendous speed right there from Mercado. He just bounced it right outside as soon as he got the ball. Caught the Hermits defense off guard, and he was able to pick it up to about their own 40.
And that's just good blocking there from the St. Joe's special teams. Opened up a little route for him on the outside, and he got quite a few yards running up that sideline.
A little under 6 minutes now to go in the first quarter, and out comes the St. Joe's offense for their second drive of the game. Quick 3 and out in their first drive, looking to make some adjustments here.
Yeah, and with as good as an offense as they have, it's going to be hard to keep them down for a lot of this game. It's going to be up to the Hermits defense right here to get a stop.
There's 2 very explosive offenses. That handoff will be to Mayfield, and he's not going to get anything on first down. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Great job by the Hermits defensive line.
Yeah, Mayfield is the unsung hero of the St. Joe's offense, as he has had a very good year, just does not have the same big playability as some of the other players on their offense.
But Kevin Mayfield, definitely a notable player on this offense, and we're going to see a lot in this game.
And just as this first quarter rolls on, I figured we should bring up some of the more keys to the game. A big one for the Hermits is to limit their turnovers. The Hermits have not really been struggling with their turnovers all that much. However, now is not a good game to start. You're against a big rival, St. Joe's, and you definitely want to limit those turnovers.
Brevard under center. Look for some trickery there, and it'll be another handoff to Mercado this time. Gain of a few yards on second down.
As he's wrapped up and brought down by Trey McClear.
Yeah, Mercado lines up in both the backfield and out wide as a wide receiver, as he just has tremendous speed. They try and get him the ball as much as they can.
Wildcats trying a little trickery there on second down. A lot of guys in motion in that backfield. Same thing the Hermits were doing earlier in their first drive. Wildcats will be bringing a couple other receivers in for third down. It'll be 3rd and 6 at the Wildcat 39.
Hermits making a quick change on that last play. On the field comes number 10, Chris Collot, a very promising junior for the Hermits.
Yeah, Collot's had a really good year, already 2 picks. He's been very successful as a defensive back. Brevard in the shotgun now. Mayfield to his right, 2 receivers out right. 4 receivers out, excuse me. Pressure is coming. Brevard looking for somewhere to go. And he's just going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Wildcats will be forced to punt again, but Brevard was able to avoid the sack.
Yeah, great job by the Hermits defensive line right there, as they had 3 people in the backfield. Completely blew up the play. Brevard tried to make of it what he could, but there was just nothing there for him to do.
Yeah, that was Rob Adamson bringing a lot of pressure there on third down. Nearly got to Brevard, grabbed his foot, but Brevard was just able to escape a little bit, but didn't get much farther.
Yeah, and that was number 55, Brady Small, who brought down Brevard. Small, the Army commit, is a very big part of this Hermits defense.
Yeah, one of the top players on this defense, as you said, Dre.
So St. Joe's now forced to punt.
That punt is up and away. Selby's going to take it. Calls for a fair catch. And the Hermits will start their drive at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, that is going to be something to watch this game, as there is a bit of wind. It's not terribly windy, but it is still there. It's going to be hard for some of these punt returners to figure out where the ball is going.
Yeah, the weather is nice today, though. We did have some rain earlier, but luckily it has cleared up for now. Great weather for football.
And as the Hermits take the field for their second drive of the game, I'm definitely expecting to see some passing from them. They only ran it in that first drive. They need to get a little bit more going here on offense so they don't go 3 and out.
Yeah, and you're definitely waiting for that one big player. The Hermits got a lot of big plays from the running game and their passing game. We're waiting for that for Kanye to find a hole and get deep, or one of the Hermits receivers to get a deep play downfield.
Yeah, the Hermits have not thrown the ball a whole lot in the last couple games. Only 6 passes last game, so it could throw the defense off guard if they decide to go to it early here.
But hey, you can't blame them when you've had such a successful running game with Kanye Udo and Franklin Sims.
Clearing the shotgun, Udo behind him. And it will be a handoff to Kanye on first down. But the Wildcats D-line is on top of it quickly, and there's a fumble on the play. And it looks like Kanye was able to pick it up once again. That's fortunate for the Hermits. That could have been bad.
And that's a play you don't see a lot. Udo getting wrapped up and thrown down a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage for a big loss. However, the Hermits offense is looking to get things going here, as St. Joe's has been very aware of their successful run game.
Yeah, there was just nothing for Kanye to do right there. There was 3 people in the backfield. He broke a tackle and still was tackled as soon as he got back out of it.
Loss of 10 there on the play as the clock ticks. We're under 3 minutes now in the first quarter. Hermits now dealing with second down and 20. Definitely not the situation they wanted to be in starting this drive. Selby in motion. And it'll be a handoff to him, looking for somewhere to go on the jet sweep. Rolling out to the outside, and he's going to break big here. Kenny Selby to the 40, the 50, and he's only got one guy to beat, and he will. Kenny Selby all the way for the Hermits, touchdown.
And Jimmy, we talked about that big play that the Hermits needed, and that was it right there. Number 9, Kenny Selby, making a break down the sideline, emphasizing the Hermits' strong running game and earning the touchdown.
An 85-yard run for Kenny Selby. He's led the team in touchdowns receiving, and now he's got himself another running touchdown. Selby's had an amazing year so far.
Yeah, great play by Kenny Selby right there. Used the motion in the backfield to get him the ball, and he has such big playability that as soon as you get the ball to him, he always has a chance to break it, and he did it right there. Great touchdown for the Hermits.
And as soon as you saw him break free, you know he was going to score at that speed.
Yeah, the St. Joe's defenders just had no chance of catching him, As Brandon Bispo now out for the extra point. He's 12 for 12 on the year. The definition of consistency. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. The Hermits score quickly in this game, now 7-0 near the end of this first quarter.
Yeah, Brandon Bispo has looked really good this year. As our colleague Ryan Marengo said, he nicknamed him Old Reliable because he just never misses those extra points. You know it's always going in every time they get the snap.
Talk about the speed we saw from Kenny Selby on that run. Nobody could catch him. The Wildcats safeties weren't ready for the play, it seemed like, as Selby just rolled out to the outside. And at that point, it was a guaranteed touchdown.
Yeah, even when he broke it out to the 40-yard line, it looked like one of the St. Joe's players was going to have an opportunity to catch him, but Selby just broke it right away. He just had no chance.
And that just emphasizes the faith that the Hermits and Coach Pete have in their run game. Obviously, it wasn't going too well for them in the beginning of the quarter. They decided to stick with it, and they ended up getting a big break with that 85-yard touchdown rush.
And the great thing about that, Dre, is Selby's not even a running back, and the Hermits are still getting those big plays out of their running game.
So you've got Udo, Sims, and now add Selby to that list as some big running threats for the Hermits.
Exactly.
A lot for St. Joe's to watch out for as this game goes on.
It'll be Mercado and Cartagena to return it for the Wildcats. Bispo to kick it off once again. Hermits now up in this game after a quick score on that drive there. Just 2 plays.
Good to see some younger Hermits out here on the special teams unit. Noah Grdinic and Nadir Bethune lining up on the left-hand side.
That kick was more of a line drive. Cartagena is going to take it. A flag is thrown. He's taken down at the Wildcats 37. We'll see what that flag was.
On the return, there is a penalty flag left.
Looks like it's going to be a holding.
Yep, that's what it will be, Vin. So the Wildcats are going to have to move back a little bit. Definitely fortunate for the Hermits.
Yeah, a bit of a line drive punt right there. It allowed for the St. Joe's blockers to get set up earlier than the Hermits wanted.
So that's a big penalty against St. Joe's. They have to move 10 yards back from where they were tackled. And now that sets up the Hermits in a good position to make something happen on defense.
One interesting thing to note about this game, guys, is that these two teams are full of seniors, so you got a lot of experience. The last 2 games the Hermits played against Notre Dame and Williamstown, those teams had a lot of young guys in some of their main skill positions. But this St. Joe's team, a lot more experience. These teams have seen each other before. We'll definitely see how that plays out as the game goes on.
And Jimmy, I cannot stress the importance of experience, especially in high school sports. You need that leadership from your upperclassmen, whether that's juniors or seniors, and the Hermits are lucky to have that this year.
Brevard handing it off to Mayfield, looking for somewhere to go, but he is not going to get anywhere. That tackle made by number 23, Tristan McClear, as another big loss on first down for the Wildcats.
And you got to give credit to Dennis Jaquez on that play. The Northwestern commit really did his part to trip up the St. Joe's running back, and McClear coming in to finish.
Yeah, Tristan McClear has been all over the field already today, having 3 tackles in just the first quarter.
It'll be 2nd and 20 now for the Wildcats, similar to what we just saw at the Hermits. They got their touchdown, 2nd and 20. Hopefully the Wildcats don't do the same thing.
And aside from that big rush from Kenny Selby, this game has been dominated by defense. We're seeing a lot of losses from yards in the backfield, behind the line of scrimmage. And, you know, defense wins championships, guys, so that's definitely important.
That's a great saying, as that handoff will be to Mayfield. He'll get a little bit on 2nd down, gain of about 5, but not much. It'll be 3rd and long for St. Joe's.
Yeah, both defensive lines have been controlling the trenches so far this game, and that's something we're accustomed to seeing from the Hermits defensive line, as they have looked very good all year.
We're now under 1 minute left to go in this first quarter. So far, as you guys said, 2 great defenses played so far in a game that we really expected to be high scoring. Of course, things could obviously change. We got plenty of football left to play, but so far these defenses got to pat themselves on the back, except for that one run by the Hermits.
And as the Hermits line up, as St. Joe's lines up for 3rd and 15, we cannot stress the importance of this last key to the game, the Hermits' ability to pressure the QB defensively.
Flag thrown there as Brevard got the snap. It looks like it will be offsides on the Hermits. Encroachment. So St. Joe's gets a couple yards back there. It'll be 3rd and 10 now. Definitely helps them out a little bit on this 3rd down play.
Yeah, you mentioned that last key to the game, Dre, pressuring the quarterback. While the Hermits defensive line has looked really good in the run game, it has taken a while in a lot of games for them to get some pressure on the quarterback. So if they're able to do that early, it's definitely going to slow down the St. Joe's offense.
And you got to pressure a guy like Brevard. He is a very skilled quarterback. He's mobile, he's got good pocket awareness, and he can really make this Hermits defense hurt if they don't do something about him early.
In the pocket looking for somewhere to go. He's going to have to try to take it himself, but he's not going to get anywhere, and he falls down at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if that's counted as a sack. It was right around the line of scrimmage. But another great defensive outing by the Hermits. And once again, the Wildcats are going to be forced to punt. But we'll see that a little later as the clock runs out in the first quarter. Right now, the score, the Hermits winning 7-0. That was a good quarter by the Hermits.
And with that, we will send you to he said, in a defensive dominant game, that one big rush is the only thing you need to win. For all we know, this game could finish 7-0 if the Hermits defense holds up.
It'll be 4th down now to start off the second quarter. Wildcats will be playing it off to the Hermits.
St. Joe's lining up on the opposite side of the field. Still 4th down and 21. And a punt coming from deep in their own territory.
Delgazzo will be punting it for the Wildcats. See if the Hermits try to bring any pressure on this punt. Good snap, and he's able to get it off. Just a line drive kick, though, as Selby touches, so he has to grab it now. And he breaks his
2 tackles.
Selby looking for somewhere to go, running all around, and he'll fall down.
And a flag flies there.
It's going to be a block in the back or a hold back in the backfield.
That's right, Vinny. Like you said, wouldn't be surprised if this penalty was called against the Hermits. Number 11, Nas Christmas, with a big block in the back there. It was a little late, and the Hermits are going to have to pay for that one.
Christmas had an interception last week.
Christmas is actually one of the Hermits' new transfers coming in this year. Getting his first couple touches in these first few games as a transfer. It's good to see some good talent out there.
Good job by Selby there on that punt. Accidentally touched the ball. We don't know if he really meant to do that or not on that bounce. He was able to grab it, and no disaster happened for the Hermits.
Well, Jimmy, I saw it kind of bounce over his head, and I didn't think he wanted it to roll a little bit further back. So the smart thing to do would be to stop it and touch it, even if that risked him getting tackled.
Yeah, it looked like almost a backyard football play right there where you're getting a punt and you just touch it up to yourself to try and corral it before it goes farther back. Interesting to see it in a real football game because that could always end badly if you're not able to get the ball.
And now comes out the Hermits offense for their third drive. Scored on a quick touchdown last time, an 85-yard run by Kenny Selby. Looked to improve on that score once again here. McClear in the shotgun, Selby in motion. It'll be a handoff to Kanye, and he's not going to get much on first down. So far, we haven't seen too much from Kanye. It's really, probably because the Wildcats have really game planned against him. But, you know, he could always get hot quickly.
I'm sure when the Wildcats are doing film in preparation for a game like St. Augustine, their focal point of the film would be Kanye Udo. He can hurt defenses real quick, so they got to make sure to stop him early if they want to have any success this game.
Yeah, and Kanye is the type of running back that just gets better and better as the game goes on, and that's something we've seen all year. Every first half, he just gets a lot of punishing 6 to 8 yard runs, and then towards the end of the game, he breaks off those big 30 to 40 yarders, and that's something he wants to do later.
One guy to point out, Riley Lisgar, out at receiver. Hermit's third receiver this year. He's had a couple nice catches so far, and he's had an interception as well on defense. That handoff will be fake to Lisgar as Trey's going to take it himself. And he will go down at the Hermits 34.
Another motion play there from the Hermits, obviously keeping the St. Joe's defense on their toes. I like to see the key from McClear. He's a quick guy. He can get you down the field and pick up some big yards.
And it'll be third and short now. A gain of 4 there by McClear. It'll be 3rd and 1.
And that's 2 designed runs already for Trey McClear this game. It's something we haven't seen a lot from Coach Pete calling that, but definitely worked so far, especially with all the motions in the backfield and all the people that St. Joe's has to watch out for.
And definitely when I also know that St. Joe's is prepared for your running attack, you got to be a little creative with your handoffs. You know, get a couple jet sweeps, get a couple guys in motion. It really helps you out. It'll be 3rd and 1 now, though, for the Hermits. We'll see what they want to do here, if they just want to try to give it to Kanye and have him push in for the first down. Or if they run like a quick slant with one of the receivers.
Another motion.
Oh, and that ball is a bad handoff, fumbled. Trey picks it up, and it looks like he is still going to get the first down.
And that's just a great hustle play there from McClear. Udo loses the ball. We don't see that from him a lot. McClear was ready for it, picked it up, and fought for those yards.
Yeah, that was a bit of a scary handoff right there as he did drop it. Kanye just didn't realize it at first. He didn't see the ball go behind him. He thought it went forward and ran out to try and grab it. But great awareness by Trey McClear there, picked it up, and was still able to get the first down.
Yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication there. But like you said, just a great job by the Hermits, always being aware and ready for anything crazy like that to happen, and it ended up helping them to going in their favor. Selby and Hill outright for the Hermits. Same formation. This time it'll be another fake, and McClear's going to take it himself again, but he's not going to get much on first down. A gain of 2.
Jimmy, I believe that was Riley Lisgard out on the right for the Hermits. Selby actually out on the sideline. He's coming in right now.
Saw Terran Walker on that play as well. Seen a couple times on offense. He'll also play on the defensive line, but he'll run as a tight end sometimes for the Hermits. Really used in a lot of blocking schemes.
And off comes Hill. So the Hermits are going to look to line up with 2 receivers on this play.
It looks like Trey McClear is going to be down on the field.
Yeah, he's taken some rough hits so far on the quarterback draws. Timeout by Coach Pete to see if he can get ready. Yeah, hope you just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, because he was hit hard last week and was actually down for a bit with a leg injury, but he was able to come back into the game quickly.
Yeah, I saw on the second quarterback draw, he did take a big hit, landed hard on the ground. Looked to the ref a little bit, expecting a flag, and didn't get it. And then, especially on that one right there, he fell pretty hard again. So.
And Jimmy, God forbid, McClear was not able to come back into the game. Who would we expect to see at backup quarterback?
The Hermits have a lot of options.
Jacob Myers is a sophomore who is a quarterback on the roster, and we could see him come in and try and manage the Hermits offense.
Looks like McClear is actually got a little bit of bleeding coming from his mouth. Just rinsing that out. Looks not to be anything too major, but you never know.
be second and down for the Hermits once play begins. The clock now running once again as the Hermits look to set up another play. Looks like McClear is okay, so thankfully no issues there.
But McClear will be off the field for this
play. He's going to be on the sideline there. He's walking around in his zone. He looks like he has a cut in his mouth, just trying to hear that up quickly.
So interesting to see who the Hermits will put in at quarterback.
It's going to be Nasir Hill. We've seen Nasir Hill play quarterback a couple times this year, and it looks like he'll be running it here as McClear tries to heel.
And Hill, he's got a cannon. We've seen some plays from him last year. He can throw, and here he's going to do the play action.
Yep, play action there. Hill looking for somewhere to go.
He's going to take it himself.
He's going to get a gain here. Nasir Hill, big pull on his jersey, breaks a tackle, and he will be taken down at the St. Joe's 38. Great job there by Nasir Hill. So hard to tackle, so crafty, so quick, and he gets a big gain there for the Hermits.
And what a surprise that was for the St. Joe's defense. You were thinking a new quarterback coming in, the Hermits aren't going to throw it, and Nasir Hill looks to be doing just that. He's got no options, decides to take it himself, and goes for a great run and picks up a big gain for the Hermits.
Yeah, fantastic play call from Coach Pete right there, throwing the St. Joe's defense off guard and putting his most dangerous weapon, Nasir Hill, in the backfield with Kenny Selby, along with Kanye Udo out there. So just so many options for the Hermits to give the ball to, and just a lot for the St. Joe's defense to watch out for.
We're now under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Hermits looking for another big drive here on the Wildcats side of the field.
And we see Trey McClear on the sideline. He looks to be doing okay. He's putting his helmet back on. Wouldn't be surprised to see him.
He breaks a tackle, and he'll get a big gain on first down, a gain of 9, all the way up to the Wildcats 29.
And Jimmy, I just wanted to point out the insane hustle from Kanye Udo. As he's getting brought down, you always see him squirming and twisting and turning for those extra 1 or 2 yards, which can make all the difference in a game like this.
It'll be second down and 2 now for the Hermits. Getting close to field goal range, but of course they want more. There's a good chance they could get it here if they continue to do what they've been doing so far in this drive.
Yeah, the St. Joe's defense looks a little thrown off with
Hill
the Wildcat formation.
And Hill can throw the ball as well. You're not going to see it too often, but he is able to do it. Be a fake handoff there. Hill's going to try to take it himself. And he'll be close to the first down marker. We'll see where the referees mark him. And it looks like he's going to be a little short.
Yeah, just a good read there from the St. Joe's defense. They saw Hill was going to keep it, and they blocked up that middle section and just brought him down.
It looks like we're going to have a timeout called. And it will be a measurement, actually. It was very close to the first down line, so we're going to bring out to measure it. And it looks like, looks like Hill did get it. It'll be first down for the Hermits.
Jamie, that must have been by inches.
Absolutely. There's a good spot there by the officials as well that definitely helped the Hermits out. So it'll be first down now for the Hermits. And Vinny, you brought up the Wildcat formation. We definitely, we're seeing that. Of course, it's definitely an adjustment that the Wildcat defense actually has to make to the Wildcat formation. But Hill can throw the ball as well. We've seen him do it a couple times.
Yeah, that is a very dangerous formation to run when your starting quarterback's not in, especially when the defense doesn't expect it. When they know forward planning and going in, it's easy to stop, but when you're thrown at it in the middle of the game, it's very hard for the defense to react.
And while we're on the St. Joe's defense, I just wanted to point out a big part of that defense, number 53, Demarion McCoy, the ex-Hermit, who's now making his debut back at the prep.
Another notable, Trey McClear is back in the game as he'll hand it off to Kanye there on first down. So McClear is back. That's good to see as Kanye gets a good gain on first down.
And Udo stumbles to pick up those extra yards. Once again, a good hustle play from him.
It's good to see Trey McClear back in the game. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him, as we said.
It looks like he had a cut on his mouth as well. Might have got hit on the helmet. It'll be second down and 5 now for the Hermits. Close to the red zone. We've seen them be crafty a couple times. Use a couple quick slants, try to get their receivers open. See if they try to do it again here with Selby and Lisgar out wide.
And it looks like there's no safety on this play, so that's definitely an option.
But it will be another handoff to Kanye as he's going to break a tackle. Still going. Kanye will be taken down at the Wildcat 17. He is so hard to tackle, and he gets the first down there.
And you just see him bulldoze into player after player, and he does well to stay on his feet until he gets hit about 3 or 4 times, which is when you will rarely see him go down.
Hermits now in the red zone for the first time in this game. We've seen them do a great job of the red zone so far this year. They haven't really been stopped. They haven't had to kick many field goals.
Yeah, and another thing to mention, The St. Joe's defense isn't even stacking the box. They're overstacking the box with 9 people on that play in the box right there. Only had 2 people out wide, and they still can't stop Kanye.
Franklin Sims now in the game for the Hermits in the backfield alongside McClear. Lisgar and Selby out wide.
There's Sims' first appearance, but a big one. He's been known to pick up big yards in the red zone.
And it will be a handoff to Sims. He's another hard guy to tackle, and he's done a great job this year as he's taken down there for a good gain on first down. Sims, some stats for you: 14 rushing attempts, 116 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's one of those guys that's really good in the red zone just because he's a big running back and he's hard to tackle.
Yeah, all the eyes have been on Kanye as he has been spectacular in the run game. But Franklin Sims has done a very good job scoring those 3 touchdowns, as you mentioned, Jimmy, and over 8 yards a rush as well. He's just such a hard guy to tackle, especially after they have to deal with Kanye for the entire game.
And Jimmy, you said Sims was a big guy. I just want to put emphasis. He is a huge guy, a big force, very difficult to tackle, and he's got a lot of power that he adds to this Hermits offense.
Hill back in the game at receiver. He's in motion. There will be a handoff to Kanye on second down, but he's not going to get much there. Up back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Hermits.
Yeah, the St. Joe's defense has definitely had their eye on Udo today. They know he's good in the run game, and they've done well to stop him on most plays.
The clock now under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Hermits eating a lot of time with this drive. We'll see how much time that the Wildcats are going to get with the next drive to try to make a move and try to put some points up on the board.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of passing at all from the Hermits offense this game, just pounding the football up the middle, wasting that clock, and that's what one of the keys to the game was, because if you're able to keep the St. Joe's offense off the field, you're not going to let them score a lot of points.
Another benefit of that, it also gives your defense a break. You want those guys nice and fresh when they're out on the field to rush the quarterback.
And Jimmy, Vinny, I just want to put emphasis on the fact that the Hermits have not thrown 1 pass this game. Everything has been a run.
And McClear now rolling out to his left, looking for somewhere to go. And he's got to take it himself, and he'll be taken down for a sack on 3rd down. And the Hermits now have a decision to make. It looks like the field goal unit will be coming out.
Yeah, I like that decision from Coach Pete, Jimmy. Bispo is a very reliable kicker, especially within 20, 30, even 40 yards.
He's done a great job with extra points so far this year. So we'll see how he does with field goals.
Yeah, this is his first field goal attempt this year because the Hermits have been so good in the red zone. But since he is so good at extra points, you can't think anything's going to be different here.
It will be a 32-yard attempt for Bispo. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Brandon Bispo with the field goal, and the Hermits go up 10-0.
Old Reliable doing well to put that one right through the field goal.
Now a 2-possession lead for the Hermits offense here. Only 2 minutes left in the first half, and you got to think St. Joe's is going to want to score here, get some momentum going into halftime.
Yeah, definitely going to be a big for St. Joe's here if they want to put some points to really just kind of, like you said, Vinny, have high spirits going into the locker room for halftime. A little over 2 minutes left to go in the first half. But so far offensively, it's been all Hermits.
And we haven't seen a whole lot of passes downfield from St. Joe's, which is something they've been known for coming into this game. This Hermits defensive line is just disrupted so much. And that's something they could try and get right here, get a big play, score some points.
Just to give some credit, also a great showing by the Rowdies out here tonight. You know, Hermit Fest was last week. It was absolutely insane, but they got another good showing here today. It just shows that they're consistently always loud. Bispo now to kick it off again for the Hermits. Like before, it'll be Cartagena, Mercado to return for the Wildcats. That kick is up.
Another solid kick there from Bispo.
It'll be taken by Cartagena at the 10. Looking for someone to go to the outside, and Cartagena will get all the way up to the Wildcats 35 there. Another good job. The Wildcats special teams has done a good job so far this game, giving their offense some good starting field position.
And they're definitely opening up a lot of opportunities on the outside of the field. We've seen a lot of their runs come primarily up the left and right sidelines, and I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see that as they're finding great success with it.
Yeah, the Wildcats just have so much speed on their offense with everybody. Every skill player has a ton of speed, and it's something the Hermits have to watch out for, especially on the kickoffs, as they've been able to break some big ones starting out in this game.
But so far, Vinny, what do you think the Hermits have done so well that really has kept the Wildcats offense from being able to do anything here in this first half?
They've controlled the trenches very well, not allowing a lot of time for the quarterback to throw, and then on times where he does get a lot of time and the Hermits are blocked, their secondary is held up against these speedy receivers.
Brevard looking to pass here on first down, and that will be caught by number 8, Haley, and he's going to get a gain of 5 there on first down. Jakir Haley.
And if I'm not mistaken, Jimmy, I believe that is the first pass completed in this game that was ahead of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. They had the one quick pass in the first half and the first quarter, but that was the first for positive gains on the catch.
Yeah, they've tried a lot of passes downfield this game. They did a little bit shorter of a comeback right there, just trying to gain some yards, get the ball out before the Hermits defensive line breaks into the backfield.
Haley there made that reception, one of the seniors for St. Joe. He's also a defensive back. So far this year, 5 receptions for 58 yards. So he's one of those guys that'll get a good amount of touches when the Wildcats are passing the ball. Prevard looking to pass again, but he's going to try to take it himself. Quick quarterback draw. He's going to get the first down all the way up to the Wildcat 47.
And Jimmy, we've definitely seen a lot of running this game, an extreme amount of running this game, should I add. Were you expecting to see this much running coming into the game?
I mean, you know, both these teams got great running backs, so you definitely expected a lot of running, but you also expected a lot of scoring. So far, it's been a fairly low-scoring game, 10-0. But the Hermits really taking that to their advantage because their defense so far has been better than St. Joe's defense.
And obviously, if this game is going to come down to running, the Hermits will win because the Hermits have the notably better running game.
That pass was caught by Mercado, but he got nowhere there. It'll be second down to 10.
Yeah, short pass out wide, just trying to get some yards, get out of bounds, but great job by Nas Christmas right there to keep him inbound, waste a lot of time.
There's actually going to be a loss of yards there, a loss of 1. So it looks like it'll be second 11. As you said, Nas Christmas, one of the new guys on this Hermits team this year. Had an interception last week, but he's been a really good addition so far.
That Hermits secondary doing well to prevent a lot of yards gained by pass.
Yeah, yards after the catch is a massive problem for a lot of defenses, and it's really good to see this Hermits secondary buy into tackling because that's something you don't see from a lot of secondaries.
The stop play here has come. St. Joe's just used their first timeout, so they'll have 2 left. Only a minute left to go in this first half, so they got to get moving if they want to get into field goal range at least. Because that clock's going to move quickly if they're not able to get out of bounds.
And we see the scoreboard, 10-0, the Hermits lead. We cannot help to highlight the highlight of this half, the 85-yard run touchdown from Kenny Selby.
Absolutely, Joe. Brevard in the shotgun once again. Mayfield to his left. 4 receivers out for the Wildcats. As that'll be a quick handoff there to Mayfield, looking for somewhere to go. And he's going to get a good gain there on second down, and he will be taken down at the Hermits 46. But once again, the clock runs. We're now at 40 seconds left in this half. Still 2 timeouts left for the St. Joe's, but they got to hurry up here. No huddle here as they're going to look to get another quick playoff.
And may I add, he actually did end up losing his shoe in that run.
Brevard now looking deep. And that pass will be caught. That time by number 8, Haley, once again, his second reception of the game, and is able to get out of bounds as well. So that's a great play there by the Wildcats.
Yeah, one of the few instances this game where a Wildcats receiver has been able to separate themselves from a Hermits defensive back. He was able to get out of bounds as well, which is something big for St. Joe's if they want to get any points here at the end of this half.
Ball now at the Hermits 36. 25 seconds left to go in the first half. St. Joe's trying to make a push to get on the board quick, get on the board here, but they don't have much time to do it. Same setup here for St. Joe's, 4 receivers out. Brevard looking to pass again. The pressure is coming, and he's going to go deep. But that ball is going to be intercepted by Kenny Selby. He's had a great game so far, and he will go down at the Hermits 15.
Kenny Selby with a loss over a smaller St. Joe's receiver. That's something we could see on Monday Night Football this week if it was videotaped.
And Brevard finally deciding to go deep, and he's going to pay for that one. The great cornerback and receiver, Kenny Selby, he's got good hands, and he used them well there to moss a player and earn an interception.
And that has to be a momentum killer for the Wildcats going into halftime. You're finally getting a good drive going, and you're throwing an interception there. That's got to definitely hurt going into halftime.
And with Kenny Selby's stats this game, Jimmy, let me tell you, man, I wish I had him on my fantasy team.
Don't we all? Ball's on the Hermits 15. 14 seconds left to go, so we'll see if they just try to run it to Kanye and see if anything happens. But there's likely not much they can do here. They do have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, it would surprise me to see McClear go deep here and look to even get within field goal range.
And besides Lisgar, everybody lined up near the offensive line. Looks like the Hermits will just take a knee, and they will let the clock roll. So that will be the end of the first half here in Richland as the clock ticks down. The Hermits leading 10-0. That was a great half for the Hermits, don't you guys think?
Yeah, definitely getting out to that early lead and stopping the St. Joe's offense, which has been huge since the St. Joe's offense has been so good this season. It's big for the Hermits getting this lead going into half.
That's right, and the big momentum. on defense to shut down the St. Joe's offense.
A great way to end that first half for the Hermits. But we still have more football to play, 30 more minutes of it. The Hermits up 10-0 right now, but we will be right back in just a few minutes for the second half of Hermits football.
Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize disease in the coronary arteries, the source of heart attacks and sudden death. Atlantic Medical Imaging is a world leader in coronary CTA. We have the largest case experience in coronary CTA anywhere. With a supporting staff devoted to your dignity and health, our board-certified radiologists are dedicated to bringing you the most advanced medical imaging in the world. Call the imaging experts at 609-677-X-ray and visit us on the web at atlanticmedicalimaging.com. Atlantic Medical Imaging. Experience you can trust.
Toyota of Vineland, family owned and operated for over 30 years. We have the cars and trucks you need at the price you want.
South Jersey's positive radio station is Pop FM 99.9, Power of Positivity, with local news, weather, and events in Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland. Streaming online at popfm999.com. On Pop FM, you have the power to keep it positive.
We are a family business. Myself and my wife wait on 90% of the customers who walk in the door. So you're going to get somebody who's going to help you who knows something about the floor covering business. But we specialize in carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, area rugs, and a service. When we stock a lot of rolls of carpet, buying from the roll as a customer, you save money. I am very proud to own Richland Carpet, and I am very proud of the selection and the service that we provide.
Welcome to Clark & Fox, a company dedicated to representing the international and domestic insurance markets. We are a group of individuals who created a world-class law firm and company through passion, purpose, and practice. We pride ourselves on providing consistent and extraordinary legal services to our clients from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to California and many places in between. Our goal is to become the most knowledgeable and respected law firm representing the insurance industry. This singular goal guides and defines all of our decisions. If you wish to join the Clark & Fox team, either as a client or member of our firm, please reach out to us.
Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize disease in the coronary arteries, the source of heart attacks and sudden death. Atlantic Medical Imaging is a world leader in coronary CTA. We have the largest case experience in coronary CTA anywhere. With a supporting staff devoted to your dignity and health, our board-certified radiologists are dedicated to bringing you the most advanced medical imaging in the world. Call the imaging experts at 609-677-X-ray and visit us on the web at atlanticmedicalimaging.com. Atlantic Medical Imaging. Experience you can trust.
Toyota of Vineland, family owned and operated for over 30 years. We have the cars and trucks you need at the price you want.
South Jersey's positive radio station is Pop FM 99.9, Power of Positivity, with local news, weather, and events in Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland. Streaming online at popfm999.com. On Pop FM, you have the power to keep it positive.
We are a family business. Myself and my wife wait on 90% of the customers who walk in the door. So you're going to get somebody who's going to help you who knows something about the floor covering business. But we specialize in carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, area rugs, and a service. When we stock a lot of rolls of carpet, buying from the roll as a customer, you save money. I am very proud to own Richland Carpet, and I am very proud of the selection and the service that we provide.
Welcome to Clark & Fox, a company dedicated to representing the international and domestic insurance markets. We are a group of individuals who created a world-class law firm and company through passion, purpose, and practice. We pride ourselves on providing consistent and extraordinary legal services to our clients from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to California and many places in between. Our goal is to become the most knowledgeable and respected law firm representing the insurance industry. This singular goal guides and defines all of our decisions. If you wish to join the Clark & Fox team, either as a client or member of our firm, please reach out to us.
Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize disease in the coronary arteries, the source of heart attacks and sudden death. Atlantic Medical Imaging is a world leader in coronary CTA. We have the largest case experience in coronary CTA anywhere. With a supporting staff devoted to your dignity and health, our board-certified radiologists are dedicated to bringing you the most advanced medical imaging in the world. Call the imaging experts at 609-677-X-ray and visit us on the web at atlanticmedicalimaging.com. Atlantic Medical Imaging. Experience you can trust.
Toyota of Vineland, family owned and operated for over 30 years. We have the cars and trucks you need at the price you want.
South Jersey's positive radio station is Pop FM 99.9, Power of Positivity, with local news, weather, and events in Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland. Streaming online at popfm999.com. On Pop FM, you have the power to keep it positive.
We are a family business. Myself and my wife wait on 90% of the customers who walk in the door. So you're going to get somebody who's going to help you who knows something about the floor covering business. But we specialize in carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, area rugs, and a service. When we stock a lot of rolls of carpet, buying from the roll as a customer, you save money. I am very proud to own Richland Carpet, and I am very proud of the selection and the service that we provide.
Welcome to Clark & Fox, a company dedicated to representing the international and domestic insurance markets. We are a group of individuals who created a world-class law firm and company through passion, purpose, and practice. We pride ourselves on providing consistent and extraordinary legal services to our clients from New Jersey to Pennsylvania to California and many places in between. Our goal is to become the most knowledgeable and respected law firm representing the insurance industry. This singular goal guides and defines all of our decisions. If you wish to join the Clark & Fox team, either as a client or member of our firm, please reach out to us.
Hi, this is Dr. Patel of Atlantic Medical Imaging. February is the month of Valentine's and also American Heart Month. It's a good reminder of the importance of monitoring yours and your family's heart health. Each year, about 1.1 million Americans suffers a heart attack. At Atlantic Medical Imaging, we perform a revolutionary imaging exam called coronary CT angiography, a dramatic breakthrough in the detection of heart disease. Coronary CTA is a non-invasive imaging technique used to visualize disease in the coronary arteries, the source of heart attacks and sudden death. Atlantic Medical Imaging is a world leader in coronary CTA. We have the largest case experience in coronary CTA anywhere. With a supporting staff devoted to your dignity and health, our board certified.
Yes, and you're going to give me at the end of the third quarter, in the middle of that, you're going to give me the sponsors, okay?
Grab those.
No, do it at the end of the third quarter. We're back here in Richland for the second half of prep football. Right now, your score 10-0. The Hermits had a great first half, but a bit of a change in the weather right now as it has started to rain. Looks like it is starting to clear up a little bit now. But, Vinny, how could this affect the game, even though we're the lucky ones in the booth?
Yeah, so while it is only supposed to rain for the next 30 minutes, about half an hour, it is still going to affect the field and the football. You're probably not going to see any passing at all the rest of the game, as you haven't seen any in the first half, and the conditions have just worsened. And another thing to watch out for is some slipping might occur on the field. Ground's a little wet, and it's going to stay that way for the rest of the game.
And just as you said, Vinny, we had not seen a lot of passing in the first half, and we have no reason to think we'll see a lot in the second, as field conditions have become poor for passing, and the Hermits are just primarily a running offensive team.
The rain has cleared up a little bit. Looks like it might be off and on, though, for the rest of the game. Vinny, that was a great first half by the Hermits. You want to give us some of the stats?
So no passing at all for the Hermits, and Kanye only has 24 yards rushing on 9 attempts. Little bit of a down game for him. He predicted 200 yards coming in. We could see that start to change in the second half as the defense wears down. Kenny Selby obviously had that one rush for 85 yards and a touchdown. That was the big play that's really set the Hermits apart from St. Joe's. Other than that, the Hermits haven't really done too much, but their defense has looked spectacular. Only allowed 27 yards of total offense to the St. Joe's team, who had an amazing offense coming in. They only have 2 first downs. Brevard only has 10 passing yards and only that one incompletion where he threw the interception.
And we speak about the importance of Kenny Selby in this game. I just want to mention, coming into this game, Selby was at a strong 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 receptions. And this game, he has added quite a bit to that with that 85-yard touchdown run and a big pick to conclude the second half.
Yeah, it definitely had a great effect for the Hermits, as we are now a few minutes away from the kickoff to start off the second half. Both teams now on the field stretching once again. Like we said, the weather could be off and on for the rest of the night. The rain has slowed down for now, but for all we know, it could start up once again. So we'll definitely make sure to keep an eye on that to see if it will have any effects on the game. So far, not a lot of passing from two teams that we've thought were really offensively sound, and they are offensively sound, but it's really just the defenses have been so far the story in this game, especially this Hermits defense, which has been fantastic in every way possible, especially on that D-line.
Yeah, on that D-line, it has looked spectacular all season. Almost every play, they've blown it up in the backfield, stuffed every run, and they've gotten a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And
I just want to put emphasis on the fact, Vinny, that the Hermits do need to pressure the quarterback more than they did in the first half. Obviously, Brevard, a very skilled quarterback. If you give him time and space, he'll make you pay for it. So the Hermits have got to do the most to get pressure on him, especially in that pocket.
And another thing to watch out for, looking down on the field, the balls do look a little slick right now. So while the rain has started to clear up a little bit, we could see that play a factor in the early parts of the third quarter.
As a reminder, the Hermits coming into this game 2-1 after a 28-0 victory against Williamstown last week and a blowout against Notre Dame 2 weeks ago when they won 51-21. So they're undefeated at home right now, and they're really looking to keep it up here. But Vinny, what do you think St. Joe's can do to make a bit of a comeback in the second half and make this a game again? Even though it's still only a 10-point game, so it's of course a game. But what do they need to do? Because right now they have no momentum and things aren't looking good.
Yeah, St. Joe their offense has not looked good at all, but they still have a lot of big play players on their offense. Their 2 receivers have combined for a ton of receiving yards this year. Cartagena and Mercado have both been amazing for their offense this year. One play can be a touchdown right away, and that's really the only difference in this game. It's still only a 10-point game, even though the Hermits have dominated.
And like you said, Vinny, I just want to put emphasis on the fact that this is high school football. Anything can happen. This is a 2-possession game. A field goal and a touchdown to tie it. 2 touchdowns would win it. So the St. Joe should definitely keep their morale high and come out strong in this second half.
The Hermits did a good job getting that field goal on their last drive to, of course, put them up 2 scores, which we'll see how much that's going to mean here in the second half.
Hermits will be receiving the ball to begin the second half, as they have deferred in the coin toss. So if the Hermits can get off to a good start on offense and crush the St. Joe's hopes for a win, that would be a key.
Yeah, like you just said, Dre, coming out, if the Hermits can score a touchdown here, how much would that really just kill any of St. Joe's momentum or any hopes that they can make some noise?
Obviously, touchdown would be massive. You hear the crowd right now cheering. They're fired up, sensing a Hermits victory. And you feel if the Hermits get a touchdown on this drive right here, it's going to kill St. Joe's hopes. Crowds against them on an opposing field. Long ride for them. It's just going to be hard for them to come back if they go down 3 possessions.
So we are now getting ready for the start of the third quarter here in Richland. If you're just joining us, I'm Jimmy Bachman. Alongside me is Vinny Palestina and Andreas LaRosa. The Hermits up 10-0 right now as they hope to keep it up here in the second half against St. Joe's Academy.
And then something we did see a little bit in the first half was that Wildcat formation. Obviously, it was because Trey was out. But those couple plays they had, the Wildcat formation, were some of their best offensive plays in the half. And you could see if Coach Pete tries to use that at all in the second half to throw the St. Joe's defense off guard.
Delgado to kick it away for the Wildcats. Back as always to return is Bradley Powell and Kenny Selby for the Hermits.
And Vinny, ironic that you talk about the Wildcat formation, which has been beating the Wildcats of St. Joe's.
It's a good one right there. Kick is up, and we are underway for second half here. 24 more minutes to go in this game as Powell is going to take it at the 10-yard line. Looking for somewhere to go. Breaks a tackle. Nice juke move there. Going around to the outside, to the right side of the field. Bradley Powell gets a block. A flag is thrown, but for now, he will get all the way up into Wildcat territory to the 35-yard line. But a flag was thrown on the play, so this might be going back.
It looks like it is going back. The Hermits don't look too excited right now. And whenever you see a flag on the kick, farther back where there's a lot of blocking going on. It's never a good sign for the returning team.
Nonetheless, still a great run by Powell, definitely using the speed after he broke that first tackle to get up that right sideline and make a big gain.
Yep, and it is going to be holding against the Hermits, so that big play will be coming back. The Hermits still starting this drive.
And that's going to bring the Hermits 10 yards back from the spot of the foul, so not even getting any credit from that big run by Powell, and now they're sent back deep into their own territory.
They're going to push back to the 25-yard line.
That penalty obviously negates a big return, and the Hermits have had a little bit of trouble with penalties and have set them back a little bit, stalled some drives that could have been touchdowns, something they need to clean up as they get deeper into the season.
And now out comes the Hermits for their second half of work here on this Friday night. So far this year, we've really known them as a first-half team, but of course, this offense is always dangerous.
And even last game, Jimmy, of course, like you said, the Hermits are known to be a first-half team, but they still did their part in putting emphasis on the win in that second half against Williamstown.
And they've done a good job just keeping the foot on the pedal and not stopping, putting up points. McClear and shotgun. And this half will start off with a handoff to Kanye as he will be taken down up at the Hermits 26. Kanye didn't do too much in the first half compared to how he's done in the last couple games, but he's still always so dangerous.
And Jimmy, as you said, the rain did stop for a little bit ago. It is back on, coming down a little harder now, and this could affect the game going in further into the third quarter than we expected.
Along with Kanye, let's see if we get see Franklin Sims get a couple more touches. Only one handoff in that first half. But if the Hermits will be running the ball a lot more, see how many guys they utilize.
And you definitely have great reason to give it to Sims, as this year he's had 14 rush attempts for 116 yards and 3 touchdowns. Of course, the emphasis being on those 3 touchdowns as he gets limited touches, but does not fail to score when he gets the ball.
Selby and Lisgard, the receivers out. Selby now in motion. And it'll be another handoff to him. Watch out for him. He's dangerous like he did in the first half. But he's not, still looking for somewhere to go. And he's not going to get much there on second down, a gain of about 2 yards.
And Selby was just looking for some room up that right sideline where he has previously found success. Didn't get the blocks needed from that Hermits O-line, and he was brought down quickly by the St. Joe's defense.
Yeah, that was a much better job from the St. Joe's defense right there than it was in the first half. They expected that play, saw that Selby got the ball, and they shut it off before he could break up the field like he did last time.
It'll now be 3rd and 6 at the Hermits 28. Big defensive play for the Wildcats. If they can force a quick 3-and-out here and get the ball back, they certainly could use it.
That's right. They cannot afford a new set of downs as this Hermits run game is eating up clock, limiting the time that the St. Joe's has for a comeback.
Trey McClear gets his play call from Coach Pete. Hill now back into the game, replacing Lisgar. Look out for him and Selby out left. Hill will now come over in motion as Trey's going to roll out, looking for somewhere to go. Pressure coming. Still looking somewhere, and he will fumble the ball on a sack, and that ball will be taken by number 86 on the Wildcats. A turnover for the Hermits.
And let me just point out a very, very late hit from that St. Joe's defense after McClear lost the ball, gets up, the play is clearly over, and McClear got hit late. The refs did not pick up on that one, and certainly the Rowdies are not happy.
That ball was picked up by Zach Cruitt, and that's about the worst case scenario you could get for the Hermits, as the Wildcats will now start their first drive of the second half in the red zone.
And you don't normally see a lot of turnovers from McClear. It's rare to see him lose the ball. Could it be from this inclement weather?
I believe it is. You can see the rain's coming down a little harder now. It makes the ball slick, and he tried to throw the ball right before he got sacked right there, but he was caught before he could get it up.
And correct me if I'm wrong. That was the first one the Wildcats picked up, but that was the 3rd fumble by the Hermits so far in this game. We don't see that often. But Brevard will now start off this drive for the Wildcats with a completion to number 8, Haley, for a gain of a few yards on first down.
And Jamie, I believe you are correct. The Hermits have fumbled the ball 3 times this game. However, St. Joe's has only been able to capitalize and recover one of those fumbles.
So that was a big capitalization right now. Now starting with excellent field position for this offense, giving them a great chance to at least score some points here.
That's right. Remember, this is only a 2-possession game. A touchdown here puts it within a field goal. So like we said, high school football can change on you just like that.
But like you said, also, you're willing to accept the field goal here as well. So this is a good position for St. Joe's. They have plenty of options, but of course they want to get that touchdown.
Yeah, holding them to a field goal would definitely be a win for the Hermits defense right here, having the ball starting in the red zone. So if they're able to keep them to a field goal, maintain that touchdown lead, it would be very good for the Hermits defense.
Brevard and shotgun, Mayfield to his left. 4 receivers out for the Wildcats. Brevard rolling to his right, looking for somewhere to go. He's going to take it himself. Brevard all the way up to the Hermits' 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short
And Brevard doing well not to get tackled for a loss there. Saw some space on the outside, saw that the rush was coming, and he just found his way over to the right sideline and got out of bounds and stopped that clock.
Looks like it's not going to matter because a flag was thrown on the play. It'll be false start on the Wildcats. Fortunate there from the Hermits, so it will be 2nd and 12 now. Wildcats still in field goal range, but if you're them, you would absolutely want a touchdown here. And I'm sure that's what Coach Paul Sacco wants as well for the Wildcats.
Especially since kicking is going to be a little harder in these conditions than it would be in regular conditions.
And the question becomes, will the St. Joe's offense throw? And they
that
will.
Ball is caught. Brevard makes a great throw to Cartagena, and he will get all the way up to the Hermits' 2-yard line. Almost scores the touchdown, but a touchdown-saving tackle there by the Hermits defense.
And like I was saying earlier, the St. Joe's offense made the decision to throw it there. Obviously risky with these conditions, not being great for the throwing game. However, they don't really have great options on the running game either with a great Hermits D-line.
And that was the first big play from Cartagena right there on the outside, making a good catch. Get them 1st and goal on the Hermits' 2-yard line, it looks like. Haven't seen a lot of Cartagena this game. Big play, but it's mostly been hail for the St. Joe's offense.
As you said, Vinny, 1st and goal on the 2-yard line. Let's see if they utilize Mayfield here, and they will. The handoff to Mayfield, trying to make his way in. And it looks like we were waiting for a call from the refs. Trying to look around the pile, and it will be a touchdown. Kevin Mayfield for the Wildcats scores a quick touchdown here for St. Joe's, as this is now a 1-score game.
And that'll put, like you said, Jimmy, it's the St. Joe's Wildcats into only need a touchdown to win it or to take the lead at this point, and a field goal to tie it. So this puts a lot of pressure definitely on the Hermits defense and the Hermits offense to come out strong here and make a play.
That was Mayfield's 3rd touchdown of the year, and we'll see if that was a bit of a momentum switch. A quick turnover and a touchdown for St. Joe's. Delgado to kick the extra point. High snap with a good hold, and he gets the kick up, and it is good. Score now. Hermits only winning by 3. Excuse me. The score is 10-7.
Yeah, and
that just got a lot more interesting.
Very good run by Mayfield there. And while all the emphasis has been on Kanye Udo as the running back to watch in this matchup, Mayfield is still having a very good season for the St. Joe's Wildcats.
Yeah, definitely, and I just want to emphasize the big role that defense is playing in this game. Obviously, low-scoring game, 10-7. However, there have been some very, very, very big plays on defense, including Selby's pick to conclude the second half and take out St. Joe's momentum. And then here we have the Trey McClear fumble and a great recovery from the St. Joe's defense.
8 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. St. Joe's with a great start to the second half. A quick touchdown after a fumble recovery by the Hermits on a sack on Trey McClear.
And something that could come up later in the game, Delgado with that extra point, it went way past the fence outlining the Hermits field, showing that he has a massive leg, and it could prove to be a big factor if a long field goal comes up late in the game to tie it.
That's a good point, Finn.
And even with all that pressure, he looked really confident kicking that extra point. Obviously, it's only an extra point, and field goals can be a whole lot different in close games like this. However, he's looking good.
And you also got to remember that snap is going to be harder to control by the placeholder as well. But the placeholder did do a good job there. It was a bit of a high snap. He was able to grab it and get it down for Delgado to kick it away. And that kick is deep. Powell's going to take it in the end zone, and it will be a touchback.
So now the Hermits starting in their own territory. They're going to need to rally to pick up a big drive here, possibly look for some big runs from Udo, Sims, or even Selby.
And that was a touchback right there off of Delgado's leg. As we just mentioned before, he has a massive leg. That kick was also into the wind, and it made it to a touchback, something you also don't see at the high school level a lot.
Yeah, Delgado definitely with a lot of range. He's 2 for 3 on field goals so far this year. We'll see if that comes into play a little later. But the Hermits now coming out for their second drive of the second half. That first drive with that fumble and turnover. They definitely want to do the opposite on this drive because that's not what they need right now. They need some points to get some momentum back because right now St. Joe's is making a push. Selby and Hill out to the right as the receivers. Udo in the game. As he will now roll out as a receiver. It'll be McClear alone in the backfield as that pass will be caught by Jaquez. Dennis Jaquez still looking around, break, has one guy to beat. and he will be taken down at the Wildcats 35. A big play there by Jaquez, who we don't see too much in the receiving game, but he's used as a tight end often. And that's a big play for the Hermits.
And like we said earlier, this was the big play that the Hermits needed to rally this long drive. Jaquez makes a great catch. He finds himself in space. Obviously, not the quickest spot guy, but he's got some power, and he picked up some good yards on that play.
Yeah, Jaquez doesn't often get targeted as the tight end in this offense, but he was just wide open there. Great route, little post out to the middle of the field, and then he was just able to keep going for a lot of yards after the catch right there.
Hermits now getting some momentum back as they're now in Wildcat territory at the 35-yard line. Walker in motion as McClear is going to hand this off to Kanye. Kanye breaks tackle, and he will push himself all the way up close to the first down line, up to about the St. Joe's 29.
And you can just see the panic in the St. Joe's defense when Udo starts to break through. All of them immediately running to collapse on top of him, because let me tell you, it takes more than 1, 2, or even 3 guys to bring that man down.
That was a 26-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, while Kanye Udo is known for his speed, he does have a lot of size and power. It is very hard to tackle him, and you don't often see him get tackled on the first hit. It normally takes a lot more to bring him down than that initial contact.
Now it's second and short, Vinny, quickly. Do you think they take a shot here, or do you think they hand it off again?
I think you got to hand it off again. You're in close to field goal range right now. You just want to get the first down and keep going from there.
Looks like the Wildcats might be bringing some pressure here. Oh, and a bad snap. McClear's going to have to grab it and fall on it. And that is not exactly what the Hermits needed there. Fortunately, McClear was able to grab the ball, but a big loss of yards there on second down.
And that's just the smart play from McClear. Didn't need to do anything special on that one. As long as he got on top of the ball and kept Hermits' possession, that's all he had to do.
But the interesting point there is that does push the Hermits out of field goal range. So right now it'd be 3rd and long. They need to get some yards here and at least get close to the first down if they want to give Bispo a shot.
Yeah, and that snap was a little high, obviously harder to hold in the rain, but just a bad play. And that was actually the 4th fumble, as you mentioned. There was 3 earlier, and a lot of miscues from the Hermits offense tonight.
Now it's 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. It'll be 3rd and 14 for the Hermits offense after a high snap that lost them 13 yards on that second down play.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the Hermits throw it here. They've got to pick up some yards after that big loss.
Clear and shotgun. It'll be a play action. McClear looking deep. Both receivers going there. That pass to Hill will be incomplete. Fortunately not intercepted. The one safety read that pass well. But the Hermits will now be forced to punt.
St. Joe's just doing well to cover that route from Hill. Obviously they had the cornerback on him and a couple safeties there in support. Took a hit before when he touched the ball, and he was not able to bring that one down.
Yeah, very dangerous pass right there from McClear. He already has 4 interceptions on the year. Most of them did come in that first game against a team from Maryland. Not here, but it's been a little rough. He's had some questionable throws early in the season. It's been close to getting intercepted, and that's something he needs to clean up because you don't always need to make that hero throw.
Yeah, that team from Maryland, that was the first game of the season at Archbishop Spalding. The Hermits have improved a lot since then. It'll be Tommy LaPerriere out for the second time this game to punt it away for the Hermits.
And he's just got to place this one within the end zone and the 10-yard line, as that would be an ideal punt for him. We know he can get it there.
Mercado going to return it. He's going to call for a fair catch. And the Wildcats will start their drive at their own 12-yard line.
And LaPerriere just places that punt perfectly around the 10-yard line. Obviously, St. Joe's forced to call for the fair catch with all that punt's hang time. Just well done there from Tommy LaPerriere.
That rhymes.
That's right. LaPerriere actually one of the newest additions to the Hermits football team, coming off of a career in soccer and then rugby, and now his 3rd sport at the prep, football.
Jason Prevard and the Wildcat offense now back out for St. Joe's. A big drive here for them. They have a chance to take the lead in this game. So far, we've seen a lot of momentum shift in the second half.
They do have a long way to go, but it is definitely possible for a St. Joe's offense that is hungry to get back on the board.
First play will be a handoff to Mayfield, and he's going to get a good gain on first down, all the way up close to the Wildcat 20.
And you've got to give credit to the St. Joe's defense. After that big gain from Jaquez, they kept the composure and forced the Hermits to punt.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jay. Jaquez got that big reception. Looked like Hermits were trying to grab momentum right back, but then the Wildcat defense said, no, it's still ours. But the Hermits still do have the lead here, looking to preserve it.
Clock's still ticking down with about 5:30 left in this third quarter.
And even though it has been a very defensive game, the Hermits defense still looks very relaxed. They're still playing very good. And they haven't been on the field as much because of how long the Hermits offense has held the ball for.
Like I said, Vinny, this is a very veteran defense here. It looks like as a flag is thrown, it'll be a false start. But this is a very veteran defense. A lot of seniors, especially on that defensive line and at the defensive backs. So these guys know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
And obviously a costly penalty there from St. Joe's, a false start, and now they've got about 8 to go to get the first down.
Penalties have played a big role in this game as there have been some big plays brought back by penalties. And it's just hard once you get a penalty to get back to getting the first down. It is a lot after losing a lot of yards there.
That's right, Vinny, and that's generally why you see the teams with the lower amount of penalties are prevailing in high school football games like these. The smarter teams, the more composed teams happen to be doing well.
2nd and 8 now for the Wildcats. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Brevard under pressure. He's going to try to take it himself. Jason Brevard breaks a tackle. He'll get the first down and a little more, all the way up to the Wildcats 28.
Yeah, it looks like
the Wildcats 28.
It looked like Brevard was about to be closed in there by 2 people from both sides on the Hermits. And he actually used an offensive lineman as almost like a human shield, blocked both of them at the same time, and was able to pick up the first down afterwards.
And even after that costly penalty, Brevard doing well to earn St. Joe's first down.
Brevard has only rushed a few times so far this year. Before this game, 10 rushing attempts for 15 yards and a touchdown. But so far we've seen this game, he's got a lot of speed, he's very mobile, and he is able to do it when he has to.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of designed runs from Brevard, but he is very good at scrambling out of the pocket if there's nothing there.
4 receivers out, but it will be a handoff this time to Mercado. Trying to roll to the outside, looking somewhere to go, breaks a tackle. Mercado's going to get the first down and more. All the way up to the Wildcats, 44. Great run there by Cole Mercado.
Yeah,
Looks like a player is down for the Hermits. That's number 33, Rob Adamson.
Rob Adamson is a very big part of the Hermits defensive line. It looks like he's writhing down in pain, grabbing his left leg right there. Hopefully it's not a knee injury.
Adamson, a big part of the Hermits D-line. It would not be good to lose him. Our prayers go out to Rob Adamson.
He has half a sack so far this year. Like you said, the junior has been a big part of this Hermits defensive line as the Hermits Medicals team goes to check him out.
And you got to give credit to Mercado. That was a great run. Managed to break 2 tackles, spin off, and get some good yards after the hit.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of Mercado this game. He has been stifled by this Hermits defense, but throughout the entire season, he's had about 180 yards, and it's good to see that Rob Adamson is now up on his feet and walking towards the sideline.
He's walking on his own, so that's a good sign. Hopefully he has to set a couple plays, but he'll be back in this game shortly. But that's definitely a good sign that he's walking on his own. Some of the other defensive linemen to point out for the Hermits, of course, Dennis Jacquez, number 55, Brady Small. Some of those great players, Franklin Sims, we see as a defensive end so far in this game. Also number 78, Noah Cressman.
And we talk about Sims as a running back, but like you said, Jimmy, he is a big part of this Hermits defensive line with 1 sack on the year.
Yep.
And Rob Adamson is back on the ground. It looks like he got a cramp in either his calf or his quad as they are massaging his leg right now.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Hermits still up 3 in this game, but St. Joe's making a push so far in the second half. 4 receivers out. Brevard rolling out to his left. His left flag is thrown. He's going to take it himself all the way up to the 50-yard line. We'll see what that flag is.
And it looks like it's coming back.
Yeah, I think you're right, Benny.
That's right, so another costly penalty there by St. Joe's.
As that little big play there, Piper Brevard will be for nothing. There's a 15-yard penalty, a big loss there for St. Joe's, and they're now pushed far back into their own territory. It'll be 1st and 25.
Obviously not an ideal situation right there for St. Joe's, moving farther back into their own territory, trying to either tie or take the lead in this game.
You think they run it here, just trying to get some yards, see what they can get out of the first down?
It depends what they want to do. They're either probably going to throw the ball on all 3 possessions if they do use 3 possessions, or try and pick up some yards here running the ball. It's going to be an interesting decision.
We've seen Mayfield do a pretty good job in the red zone, but the Hermits defense done a pretty good job containing him in the open field.
As St. Joe's lines up with 4 guys on the outside.
Brevard will throw. That time it will be dropped. Great defense there by number 11 for the Hermits, Naz Christmas, as Haley had that ball in his hands, but it was hit out.
Yeah, it was actually tipped at the line of scrimmage. So while it looked like it was pass interference right there by the Hermits, they were smart, hit the wide receiver before the ball reached him, which is allowed when the ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Good point there, Vin. I did not notice that.
Like you said, Hermits defense doing well to tip that ball and create, and give the St. Joe's offense no chance at completing that pass.
Good sign there. Rob Adams looked like he was about to come back on the field, but he goes back to the sideline. But the fact that he was about to go back into this game means that he's okay. So just to point that out, good sign there for the Hermits. Wildcats now talking it over for their second down play. It's still 2nd and 26 after that incomplete throw by Brevard.
And although we may see this game as very one-sided, note that the score is only 10-7. Wildcats only down by 3.
Brevard rolling to his right, looking for someone to go, and he's just going to have to throw it downfield. No one near it. Great job by the Hermits D-line, putting pressure on him. Great job by the Hermits cornerbacks, not giving him anybody open to throw to. Overall, just great job by that defense.
So now it's 3rd down and 26. Wouldn't be surprised to see St. Joe's hand it off here. Just try and salvage a couple of yards to make their punting position a little bit better.
Yep, and they'll hope to try to maybe pin the Hermits back deep in their territory.
Yeah, and Jimmy, as you mentioned, that was a very good job by the Hermits defensive line. Haven't seen a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback here in the second half. The St. Joe's offensive line has done much better than they did in the first half. So it's good to see they are starting to get some pressure on the quarterback again.
A little over 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Hermits defense looking to force a punt here. It'll be 3rd and 26. Brevard after a draw, he will hand it off to Mayfield. Mayfield looking for someone to go. He's going to get a good gain there on 3rd down, but it's going to be nowhere close to the first down, and St. Joe's is going to have the punt.
But like I said earlier, Jimmy, just a good gain there by Mayfield, doing his best to set up his punter in some decent position.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, 19 times out of 20, you're not going to get that first down.
Yeah, and it does help out the punter. They just want to stop the Hermits offense from scoring right here, get the ball back with a chance to either tie or take the lead. That's their main goal.
Delgazzo to punt it away for the Wildcats. McClear and Selby back to return.
Not a great snap there, as the punter has to do well to recover that.
As McClear is going to let it roll, and that ball will bounce up and drop at the Hermits' 31-yard line. That's where they're going to start their next offensive drive, as the Hermits really looking to try to get some momentum here on offense, because they haven't done much so far in this second half.
Yeah, the punter did well there, Jimmy, to recover that not so great of a snap and just get it off of his foot. Obviously not an awful punt due to this when you consider the circumstances.
Yeah, and while it wasn't the greatest punt, it looked like it was going to take a couple bounces forward afterwards. It was a very interesting decision by the St. Joe's special teams unit to touch the ball and stop it before it went any further down the field, which would have been better for their defense.
So the Hermits offense taking the field once again with Udo in the backfield and Nasir Hill and Kenny Selby lining up outright.
Hermits hopeful to give themselves a little more insurance on that scoreboard. Now only up 3 points, as this first down handoff will be to Kanye, and he's not going to get much on first down. A gain of 3, and that's really been the story so far in this game. But besides that run by Selby, the Hermits running team hasn't been able to do much.
Yeah, and that was another bad handoff by McClear to Kanye, which we have not seen a lot during the season. That was almost their 5th fumble of the game, which is something that they really have to clean up, and it's something that we haven't seen a whole lot of this year.
And obviously,
those two have had good chemistry so far, I have to say, Vinny, to point out.
That's right.
It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Hermits. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Dennis Jacquez subs into the game. They're going to pass it here on 2nd down, looking for somewhere to go. Still in the pocket, rolling out, and he will get it to Hill. Hill makes a juke, gets the first down and a little more up to the Hermits 45. Bit of an ankle breaker right there by Nasir Hill.
And wow, just a great play there from Hill. Obviously catches the ball. He's got a little bit caught up in the crowd, but does well to get some good yards after the carry with that nice little juke.
And something very interesting, after the start of the game, St. Joe's has not played a single safety deep this entire game. It looked like the Hermits were trying to take a shot deep on that play. It was covered, but it's something they could try later in the game because they have no safety back there to stop it.
Yeah, that's how it looks like they have it. And of course, it's probably because of the game plan that they're so worried about that Hermits running game. But these receivers got a lot of talent. Kenny Selby and Nasir Hill, there's been countless times I've seen one of them burn a cornerback and get a deep touchdown.
And even guys like Lisgard or Jaquez, who are also offensive threats.
Kanye Udo's going to get a big breakdown first down. Kanye Udo always got one guy to beat, makes a stiff arm, is taken down by two guys, and he will go down at the Wildcats 6. A flag is thrown on the play. We'll see what that is.
It looks like it could have been a face guard.
Yeah, it's going to be a face mask on Kanye. This might go back a little bit, but still an excellent run by Kanye. But on that stiff arm, looked like it was a face mask.
Cannot let that stiff arm take away from that great play there by Udo. He does well to break through that defensive line. And we were just talking about the Hermits passing game and how it's picking up with Udo's absence in this game, but he breaks out big there and picks up a big gain for the Hermits.
There's your big play right there by the Hermits. Like we said earlier, Kanye Udo is basically due for a big play every game. It looks like the referees might have picked up that flag.
Just a good stiff arm there from Udo to get some extra yards. Obviously, he's not an easy guy to take down.
Yeah, it looks like the officials picked up that flag, so the Hermits, no loss of yards there on that run. And they will start first and goal at the Wildcats 5-yard line.
It wasn't a face mask by Kanye. It was a face mask on Kanye, so they actually moved the ball 5 yards forward.
So it looked like when he put his hand out, it looked like he grabbed the defender on the face mask, but I guess it was the other way around. Franklin Sims in the game now in the backfield alongside McClear.
And he's that goal line rusher that you need.
It will be a handoff to him, but he's not going to get much on first down. Gain of maybe a yard, and it looks like that will be the last play of this third quarter. As the clock runs out, that's what's going to happen. At the end of the third quarter, your score 10-7. Andreas, you want to give us a couple of the Hermit sponsors?
Yeah, Jimmy, just as we wrap up this third quarter, we would like to thank our generous Hermit sponsors who have sponsored tonight's game. Starting with IWM3 Welding, Manufacturing, and Mechanical, Toyota of Vineland, Richland Carpet and Flooring, NMR Events, Ottinger Golf Group, Benjamin F. Edwards & Co., Barbiero and Rich Financial Services, Accent Aesthetics Medical and Laser Day Spa, Premier Orthopedics, 99.9 Pop FM, Proof Production, Atlantic Medical Imaging, the Law Office of Clark & Fox. We'd like to thank all of our St. Augustine Prep sponsors for sponsoring tonight's game. We thank you for your generosity and your support as we continue to watch the Hermits in this dogfight.
Yeah, so far it's been a really interesting game, really fun one so far compared to the last two games, which were really blowouts. This is a fun one to announce, guys. It's really not been what we expected. We expected more high scoring this game, both teams in the 20s right now. But right now, your score is 10-7. It's been a fun one, too. Great defenses.
And definitely the highlight of that third quarter, Jimmy, was that breakout run from Udo. He's been quiet this entire game, obviously picking up 1, 2, 3, 4 yards here and there. But that breakout 45-yard run by him, followed by a St. Joe's penalty, has done well to set up the Hermits in good positioning to begin this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's something you've seen from Kanye almost every game this year. He breaks off that one big 40 to 50-yard run that just kills the defense, and it's put the Hermits into a goal-to-go situation right here with Franklin Sims and Kanye, two running backs who can pound the ball into the end zone.
And it will be Kanye to be in the backfield to start off. It'll be second down and goal here at the Hermits' 5-yard line. They have a lot of decisions to make here. They have plenty of options. We'll see if they're going to try to run it in with Kanye. Probably a good chance that happens. But we have seen them use the receivers around in the end zone as well. It'll be Lisgar and Hill out wide for the Hermits.
And a score here would definitely put some emphasis on this Hermits lead. Obviously, it would make it a two-possession game.
McClear in the shotgun. Lisgar in motion. It'll be a low snap. McClear picks it up, but he's going to get his way. Reaches in for the touchdown. Trey McClear on a botched play is able to push his way into the end zone, and that is a big score for the Hermits.
Like I said, Jimmy, obviously putting emphasis on that Hermits lead. They were up by just a field goal. Now they're up 10 once again. If they can just do well to hold off this St. Joe's offense, this game is looking to turn in their favor.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play by McClear. Another fumble on a bad snap. He was able to pick it up and dive forward into the end zone for a touchdown. Great play.
And obviously one of our keys to the game today was to limit the turnovers. With all these near fumbles, the Hermits have actually been doing quite well to limit that ball from slipping out.
And the rain has stopped. The Hermits are also now kicking into the wind as Brandon Bispo will go out for this extra point. He hit one earlier today, a low snap, but he's able to get it up, and it is good. Brandon Bispo, 2 for 2 today on extra points.
And
also has himself a field goal.
That,
also want to give some credit to Michael Distilio, the placeholder. He's done a couple of good jobs on these snaps to make sure to handle them and give Bispo a chance to kick that up.
Obviously, that snap was a little bit low. Bispo did well to recover it. Obviously, in the rain, it's a little bit harder to hold those snaps. And I just wanted to mention that after the fact, there was a couple flags thrown on the play. Bispo receiving a late hit, but the Hermits will decline that penalty and just take the extra point.
That will be on the Wildcats, but not going to do anything just because the Hermits did hit that field goal. Hit the extra point, excuse me.
Yeah, and we are starting to see the Wildcats start to get a little antsy. Down 2 scores now. It's going to be hard for them to come back, and they know it.
If the Hermits can just continue to utilize that run game, waste some time off this clock, it looks promising for them in this one.
Your score right now is 17-7 at the beginning of this fourth quarter. A little under 12 minutes to go in this game. As the Hermits looking to get a big stop here. A stop here, guys, don't you think would be huge?
It would, Jimmy. Obviously, Hermits up 2 possessions. If they can get a stop here, bring their offense back out on the field, rest up their defense, this game would look to turn in their favor.
Yeah, and the crowd's also a massive part of that. You saw in that last touchdown, they were fired up. They can sense this game's getting close to the end, and one more stop will just fire them up even more.
Brandon Bispo once again to kick it off. Cartagena, Mercado back to return.
And Bispo a low line drive kick.
Cartagena will take it back near the end zone, and he's going to get his way. Makes a juke. Still going. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Cartagena all the way up. It's the Wildcats 32. He was hard to take down there.
And you're right, Jimmy. He did do well to stay on his feet there, showing some resilience as he just continues to run, hitting Hermit after Hermit until he is eventually taken down.
Yeah, on that play, Cartagena reminded me a lot of Alvin Kamara. You see that he is sometimes almost impossible to tackle, breaks a ton of tackles, has such a low center of gravity that he just doesn't go down. You saw that from Cartagena, like right there. It looked like he was going to be tackled 3 different times, was almost down, but was able to stay on his feet and fight for more yards.
Something you love to see in your running back.
Wildcats now starting this drive at their own 32-yard line. Hermits looking for another stop. As we know, if the Hermits offense gets us back, they know how to run the ball and they can kill a lot of clock. But that first handoff on first down will be to Mayfield, and he's going to get close to the first down marker. Gain of about 9. We'll see where that ball is placed. It looks like he will be a yard short of the first down.
Nonetheless, still a great run there by St. Joe's.
Yeah,
St. Joe's looks to be hurrying it up a little bit here. Before gets the ball back quickly. And that handoff's going to go nowhere. Actually, that snap was to Mercado. Bit of a design play.
Did not throw the Hermits off guard at all, though. They were ready for that. They knew the handoff was coming. Great job for them to stop for a loss of 1 yard.
It'll be 3rd down and 2 now. Vinny, do you think if they don't get to see if we're on 4th down, going in for 4th down? You think we're in that territory here?
If they do get to 4th down near midfield with only 10 minutes left, I think they will end up going for it. You saw them with the hurry-up offense on the last play. They know time is starting to run out.
Obviously, with this being a 2-possession game, they need to put something up on the board if they want to stay close.
Mercado gets the snap. He drops it, and he will be taken down far behind the line of scrimmage as the Hermits defense gets a sack.
And that was just a great sack there. A little team effort there from Trey McClear and Franklin Sims, 2 of the more notable players for the Hermits on offense. However, they definitely did their part on defense there after that fumbled snap by Brevard.
Yeah, and even though the rain has stopped, you've still seen its impacts on the field with some bad snaps, some trouble catching trouble with the handoffs, dropped balls. It's just been all over the place.
As the clock continues to tick, we are now near 10 minutes left in this 4th quarter. As the Wildcats are going to be forced to punt it once again. Delgazo to punt it for the Hermits now with a great opportunity to come close to icing this game. Delgazo gets the punt off. Pretty short, but it takes a good bounce for the Wildcats as the ball will roll all the way to the Hermits 35. Good punt there by Delgazo.
I would agree, Jimmy. Had some good hang time to it. Took a couple positive bounces forward. And although the St. Joe's didn't produce much on offense on that drive, they definitely did well to get out of it with that punt.
Yeah, and very good job from McClear right there, just staying away from the ball. The only big thing that could really mess up the Hermits right there would have been a turnover. Great job by him, not forcing anything.
Which is another point going into this drive. You got to make sure that you have good handoffs to Kanye and Sims when they're in the game.
You don't want to do anything too crazy and obviously lose the ball.
But you also can't afford any mistakes on a simple play because right now, I mean, a turnover gets the Wildcats close to a touchdown, and you just can't afford that right now. Because right now you just want to kill clock. And Hermit's going to be running the ball, I assume, a lot in this drive. One guy we haven't talked about much in this game, Terran Walker, out. Plays tight end for the Hermits, and also plays on defense from time to time. He's usually used as a blocker at the tight end spot. As this handoff will be to Kanye.
And Walker does well to block for Kanye.
Tackle. Kanye Udo will get the first down up to the Hermits 48.
Just a good tackle there from St. Joe's. Obviously, Udo looked like he was about to break 3. St. Joe's did well just to trip him, bring him down.
Yeah, and Udo has looked very good in the second half, was a little limited in the first half, but he has started to pick it up here, has looked a lot better, and the St. Joe's defense is probably going to start to key in on him. And with no safeties back there, I wouldn't be shocked at some point during this drive they take a shot towards the end zone.
Like you said, Vinny, Udo only gets better as the game goes on.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to build up some confidence and get some momentum going in this game because, of course, he's had an amazing season so far. Just for reference, last game, rushed for over 200 yards.
I mean, those are some crazy numbers for high school football.
That handoff to Kanye again. He'll break a tackle. And we'll get up close to another first down. We'll see where it's spotted.
And Udo's just absolutely rolling right now. Snap after snap. He's getting great touches on the ball and getting first down after first down.
It'll be a yard short, but another great run there for Kanye. It'll be 2nd and 1, which once again, like we said earlier, the Hermits being able to win on first down is very important.
And with that rush, Kanye Udo now breaks the 100-yard rushing mark. 104 yards now on the game. Obviously only had 24 in the first half, so he's up to 80 in this half. Has looked very good.
His 3rd straight game of doing that. And you wouldn't even really recognize it because he's really heated up in the second half, but that's how good he is that he's able to get those stats, and it's almost normal for him by now. As Kanye gets the handoff again, makes a nice juke, and he will get all the way up near the red zone at the Wildcats' 22-yard line. He goes out of bounds.
And he does so well there just to get right through that St. Joe's D-line, who seemed to be a little bit fatigued. Obviously, he saw the pressure coming, used his strength and his speed, and just got up that right sideline.
Yeah, as you said, that D-line for the St. Joe's Wildcats looks a little tired. They've been on the field so much this game, and Kanye has just wore them down. He looks to be the only player on the field that is showing a burst of speed right now.
I know we sound repetitive talking about so much, but one reference I've made in the last couple games comparing Kanye, we've been making those NFL comparisons, comparing Kanye to a young Le'Veon Bell. Would you see that with how patient he is to find holes?
Yeah, he has such great vision as a running back, which is so rare to see. You see a lot of running backs are big, they're fast, but they don't have great vision, and that's what really sets a great running back apart from a good running back.
As it looks like we have a player down for St. Augustine. That's number 72, Gavin Kennedy, one of the Prep's star offensive linemen, as he is down on the field and being checked out on now.
Yeah, that offensive line has been so good for Kanye this year, especially Gavin Kennedy. It would be horrible to see him go out, but it looks like he's getting on his feet right here and walking to the sideline.
And he will walk back on his own power, so that's good to see. Once again, we've seen a couple Hermits go down in this game. Rob Adamson earlier, Trey McClear back in the first half. Do you think it has anything to do with the slippery turf because of this rain?
Yeah, it is a little wet right now, and you can see Kanye's even slipped on a few runs. Thankfully, he hasn't gotten hurt, but it's definitely harder to keep your footing, and then when you slip like that, there's always the possibility of injuries, but it's good to see that they aren't seriously hurt so far.
And Jimmy, it's not just any Hermits who are going down. It happens to be some big parts of this team, like Gavin Kennedy, Rob Anderson, and Trey McClure. So obviously, we hope that they heal up as soon as possible.
Kennedy does look to be okay. He's running around on the sideline, so looks like not a big deal there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hermits at the Wildcats' 23-yard line. Selby out to the Hill out to the right, Selby out to the left. Hill now in motion. It'll be another handoff to Kanye. He's been fantastic in this drive. Breaks a tackle and looks like he's going to get close to another first down there, up to about the Wildcats' 14-yard line. It looks like it'll be a yard short at the 15.
Once again, Udo just heating up in the second half, making the St. Joe's defense pay. Obviously, he's eating up some clock here, which is exactly what the Hermits need. But if they could score, I think that would pretty much ice the game for the Hermits.
Yeah, Kanye's just so impressive. Everybody on defense knows that he's going to get the ball. Everybody on offense knows that he's going to get the ball. And he still finds a way to pick up so many yards during the game. It is very impressive.
And you just got to respect his resilience, Vinny. Obviously, he didn't have the best first half with only 20-something yards. The second half, he comes back and crosses that 100-yard mark.
7 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this game. 2nd and 1 as McClear will hand it off to Kanye once again. And he finds a hole and will get in for the touchdown. Kanye Udo, he's been unstoppable this year. That's his 7th touchdown. And as the Hermits now extend their lead over the Wildcats.
Yeah, what a great run by Kanye right there. Like you said, Jimmy, he looks like a young Le'Veon Bell with that vision. It was fantastic. He waited until he saw a hole, and then he burst through it before anybody could even recognize it, and he was just able to walk in for a touchdown.
That's right, Vinny, and you just got to give credit to that fantastic Hermits O-line, opening up that nice gap for Udo, and obviously he's making the most of it, uses his speed, bursts through there, scores a touchdown, and the Rowdies are happy as this game looks to be turning in favor of the Hermits.
And big extra point right here as it could make it a 3-possession game.
And looks like Bispo will keep his perfect streak going. That is good. He's now 15 for 15 on extra points so far this year.
Hermits go up 24-7. As you said earlier, Bernie, a 3-possession game now. It's going to be tough for St. Joe's to come back from this one.
And this has absolutely just been a monumental year for Kanye. He's getting so many offers, and he's visiting some of the top football schools in the country. And it's just so well-deserved from watching him play the last 3 games. He is just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and some notable schools that he has gotten offers from are schools like Maryland, UConn, Nebraska, West Virginia, Boston College, UMass, Rutgers, Buffalo, Temple, and Syracuse. Some fantastic schools on that
and
list.
There's still possible that there's more to come.
That's right. I actually talked to Kanye today about some of his offers. Obviously, one of his biggest, Maryland. He's expressed some interest in that school. However, we do see Kanye going out to places like Ohio State and Clemson and meeting with those coaches. We cannot actually disclose if he has an offer or not yet. However, he is getting some good looks from college coaches.
And that's the best of the best right now, some of those schools. So that's just amazing to see. Well deserved.
And Jimmy, as you did mention earlier on that extra point, that snap wasn't just a bad snap, it bounced before, and Michael DeStilio did a great job to maintain composure, grab the ball, and held it up so that Bisbo could maintain his perfect streak. That could have been a lot worse for the Hermits right
Michael
now.
DeStilio, one of those unsung heroes of the Hermits special teams.
Richland Rowdies making a lot of noise as the Hermits kick it off into the night sky. Looks like a flag was thrown. One of the Hermits special teams guys would have jumped. Looked like they jumped early.
And after that kick from Bispo, Jimmy, did you think that was possibly an intentional squib kick, or did he just not connect with the ball like he wanted to?
You could be playing it safe, kicking it shorter just to prevent a big play on a big return by these Wildcats. You kick it off a little shorter, you give it to a guy that's not really used to running with the ball as much. Definitely could have been a bit of a strategy as the Hermits moved back a little more.
Yeah, it was definitely a strategy right there. That was an intentional squib kick. They didn't want to put the ball deep and allow for a big return like has happened a few times this game. Some of them have been negated by penalties, but there's definitely been opportunities for a large kick return to happen, and the Hermits just don't want to let that happen.
Yeah, you want to do what you can to keep the ball out of the hands of guys like Mercado and Cartagena, because they are the ones that are dangerous and could get a big return for the
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
Right, Jimmy, especially on those big returns. You find some success up the left and right sidelines, as Bispo does another intentional squib kick.
That ball will be caught by number 23, Ty Mercado, as he's not going to get much there on that catch and taken down quickly.
And he's just, and Kenny Selby's just done well there to wrap him up and throw him down. A good tackle from him. St. Joe's starting with some decent field positioning. However, they've got a big lead ahead of them. A big deficit ahead of them.
Yeah, that's the one negative of the squib kick, is that you're giving the Wildcats pretty good field position. But right now, that's not really a concern. You just want to prevent any quick scores, because the Wildcats still have 61 yards to go if they want to score a touchdown, and they need to score quick in this game because time's ticking. 7 minutes to go, and you know how the Hermits can just run the ball and kill the clock quickly, so they need a quick score.
Screen
quick pass to Haley, looking for somewhere to go, and he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard, but not much there on first down.
Did well to break the first tackle, however, a couple of Hermits swarming around him, and he's not able to pick up much after that screen pass.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of Haley today, which we had not seen in previous games from St. Joe's. Their two main receivers so far have been Cartagena and Cole Mercado. But we've seen a lot of Haley, just showing that they have so many people that they trust on offense, and the Hermits have just done a great job shutting them all down.
2nd and 9 now for the Wildcats. Clock is ticking. Now at the 6-minute, 30-second mark. Privard, pressure coming. He's going to take it himself. And I'll get a pretty good gain on 2nd down, up approximately to the Hermits' 46-yard line. Runs out of bounds. That'll be 3rd and short.
And he does well there to get out of bounds. Obviously stop this clock, as some significant amounts of time have been taking off after multiple runs and or tackles completed inbounds for St. Joe's.
Yeah, and that was a very interesting play Right there was another run by the quarterback. Obviously, there's been a whole lot of pressure on him, so a great job right there. Just Prevard, he did one of those pump fakes down the field. It looked like he was past the line of scrimmage like when he did it, and it still fooled the Hermits defense, so he was able to pick up a few more yards afterwards.
And Jason Prevard, he hasn't done much throwing it so far in this game, but he's made a couple nice runs. As Franklin Sims now putting pressure on Trucks, one of the offensive linemen for St. Joe's, and Prevard's going to be forced to throw it away. Did you see what Franklin Sims just did right there? He just ran over an offensive lineman for St. Joe's that was much bigger than him.
He threw him down as hard as he could, and it wasn't just that was the second person that blocked him on that play after he beat the first guy. Just an amazing job by Franklin Simpson, the rest of the quarterback, just showing how big of a guy he actually is and how strong he is.
I got to tell you, he's a guy I'd never want to tackle.
And like I said earlier, it just puts emphasis on the size and just pure size and strength of Franklin Sims, an absolute monster on the field. And sadly, the St. Joe's offensive lineman learned that the hard way.
Clock, 4th and 3 now. Wildcats going to be forced to punt. See if they try to do anything sneaky here, but they won't. Delgado punts it off, and it is a very short punt. The Hermits are going to start.
And I believe they will be penalized for punting that one out of bounds.
That's not a penalty. That's only on the kickoffs.
That's my bad.
It's your first game of the year, Drake. It's okay.
A little rusty.
But we have seen for the Delgado, he is very good at kicking the ball on extra points and field goals, but as soon as you get in punts, he's not the best punter. He gets the ball a little too high in the air, a little too high off the foot, and he doesn't punt the ball that far down, which has left the Hermits with very good field position right here.
Very good field position for the Hermits, starting this drive in midfield.
And the Hermits are just lucky to have such a great special teams unit, emphasized by the punting of Tommy LaPerriere and the kicking of all reliable Brandon Bispo.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier that LaPerriere has bounced from sport to sport. It seems like he has found his home here in Hermits football. He's a very good punter, and he's been a great asset for the Hermits this year.
Got to give credit where credit's due. LaPerriere has been putting in some great work in the offseason to prepare for this Hermits football season.
A little over 6 minutes left to go in this game as this drive will start it with a handoff to Kanye, as he'll get a gain of 9 on first down. Kanye has been absolutely unstoppable so far in the second half, as it looks like to be a player is down for St. Joe's. That looks to be number 54, Miles Solomon.
And you hope he's all right. Looks like he's grabbing at his left leg right there, and hopefully it's nothing serious. And Kanye, with that run right there, has passed the 150-yard mark, not just the 100 that we mentioned earlier, and it only took him a couple more minutes to do that, just emphasizing how much better he gets as the game goes on.
So he's looking to be getting close to that 200-yard prediction that he did mention earlier in the day today. We'd hope to see him get it, obviously. Just add some more yards to his fantastic stat line.
Some good news for St. Joe's. Solomon able to get up and walk off the field on his own strength, so that's a good sign for him. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, there have been a lot of injury scares so far this game, but nothing serious, thankfully, and it's just emphasizing how wet the ground is right now. It's just hard for the players to maintain their balance.
Especially, like, you know, in the trenches, the O-line, the D-line, it's very easy to roll your ankle on somebody else's foot or something like that. Definitely something you could see often, even without the turf, but even without the turf being wet. It'll be 2nd and 1 now for the Hermits. Clearing shotgun, and it will be a handoff to who else but Kanye Udo, and he's not going to get much there on 2nd down. A loss of a yard. Something rare you've seen so far in this second half. Kanye Udo losing a yard.
Yeah, the St. Joe's defense was definitely ready for that one. They had everybody just go in and try and stop Kanye, and that was the first time they were really able to do it this half.
That's right. So you'd hope that all the attention being focused on Kanye Udo in the run game would open up some passing opportunities for Trey McClear, Nasir Hill, Kenny Selby, or even Riley Lisgard.
Hermits now talking it over with Coach Pete. And like he said, like, you see St. Joe's bringing these blitz packages to try to contain Kanye. Do you think you try to get like a quick slant on the outside to Hill or Selby? You only got maybe a one-on-one. You got to get it off quick, but it's definitely an option.
It is definitely an option. They could try and just run the ball, waste more clock. But if they don't get the first down, it's going to happen either way. They're probably going to punt, make St. Joe's have a worse field position, so they could try a big play right here, try and ice the game for good, and end it on a very high note to fire up this rowdy crowd.
Coach Beat going to call timeout here for the Hermits. That's the first timeout used by the Hermits in the second half. Still have 2 remaining. Likely just want to talk it over there. Maybe couldn't decide on a play. Maybe they want to do something a little different here on 3rd and 3.
And with about 4.5 minutes left in this final fourth quarter, the Hermits with a significant lead. They lead 24-7.
Yeah, so far, guys, in the second half, I know we've been repeating this. We sound like a broken record, but continuity has been the story of the second half. Don't you guys think?
I completely agree. Like Vinny emphasized early on in the game when Udo wasn't doing too hot, he is a second half star, and he's done well to get progressively better and better and better as this game has went on.
Yeah, and while Kanye gets better, the defense just gets more tired trying to stop him, which just shows how big the gap is as the game goes on between Kanye and everybody else. And that's why he is getting so many college offers.
3rd and 3 for the Hermits at the Wildcats' 43-yard line. Nasir Hill now going to take the snap. Selby in motion. It'll be Hill will fake it to him, but he's not going to get anything there.
And he nearly loses the ball on that play once again.
He might have lost the ball there, but luckily able to pick it up. Hermits trying something a little creative there, letting Hill take the snap, but it just didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, they thought all the misdirection in the backfield would allow for Nasir Hill to pick up the first down running right up the middle in the Wildcat formation. They did try the Wildcat again and had some success earlier in the game. It just didn't work that much there, and as you said, Nasir Hill almost lost the ball there. He was flung around, and the ball it did come out as he was going down to the ground, but he was able to spot it and pick it up before anything else happened.
Tommy LaPerriere now to punt it for the 3rd time in this game. Good chance here for him to try to pin St. Joe's back deep in their own territory with a good punt. Good snap, and he gets it off. As the punt will drop around the 25-yard line and takes a negative bounce for the Hermits. Goes the way they don't want it to, as they're going to have to pick it up, and St. Joe's will start their drive at their own 32.
Yeah, very high punt right there. Just didn't want to allow a punt deep back to one of the St. Joe's speedy guys and allow for them to get a big return. So smart play right there. It did take a bit of a bad bounce, but it's something you'll live with.
So officially St. Joe's will start their drive at their own 33-yard line, and they desperately need points here. I mean, I'm thinking 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this game. We're thinking it's probably over, but if you want to have any opportunity, maybe get an onside kick after, you got to score in a minute.
That's right, and you got to complete passes or runs and get out of bounds, because you cannot afford to have this clock running and utilizing your timeouts with so much time left in this fourth quarter.
That first down play will be handled to Mayfield. Interesting play call there.
Yeah, they were trying to catch the Hermit defense off guard as they were expecting a deep pass right there as St. Joe's tried to get into the game, but they were not fooled by that great tackle in space, keeping them inbounds and just time wasting off the clock.
As 7 time is ticking, we're now approaching the 3-minute mark in this fourth quarter. Hermits just 3 minutes away from improving to 3-1 on the season, with a win against another ranked opponent in the state.
That's right.
Handoff will be to Mercado, looking for somewhere to go. Get a few yards, but not too much on second down. It'll be 3rd and short.
That's right. You said Hermits looking to take down another ranked opponent. This game, they have came into this game seeded the 4th seed, and they are now and they are looking to take down St. Joe's, who is seeded 18th.
And the Hermits crowd, the Rowdies, are fired up right now, sensing a Hermit victory.
Always fun to see a great showing here from the Hermits. Looks like they had a whiteout theme today. But even we're all wearing white shirts. So
that's right. Got to show support for those Rowdies. Certainly fun to be up here with you, Jimmy and Vinny, but it's even more fun to be down there with those Rowdies.
Brevard with the play action. Got close to the first down.
Depends on where they spot it, but it appears he was just short of the first down.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there, Vinny. It looks like, we'll see where it's spotted. It looks like they are going to give it to him. That'll be a first down for the Wildcats. But time is ticking quickly. Only 2 minutes left in this game. Looks like the Wildcats are just going to run out of time.
Very close call right there as he dove forward. It looked like he might have been just short, but he was able to just get enough to get the first down.
And it looks like the Wildcats are in no particular hurry. They probably know that this game is over, hoping maybe just to get some more points on the board, just to get a little bit of confidence as this game ends going into their matchup next week.
Yeah, they're just trying to put a good drive together. They haven't been able to all game, so this would be a huge confidence boost going into next week, like you said, Jimmy.
Obviously, their only points coming off of that interception deep into Hermits territory, which they did end up converting into a touchdown. However, the St. Joe's offense has struggled to get something together today.
Pressure came quickly there by Jaquez and Sims, so Brevard just had to throw it away.
And while there hasn't been a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback this game, there has been a lot of timely pressure on big plays that have just stopped the St. Joe's offense from gaining any traction going downfield.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. 1 minute, 29 seconds to go in this game. As it looks pretty obvious to the crowd now that the Hermits are going to get another one in the win column. The third straight win at home.
And this is a big win for the Hermits. As St. Joe's has played a lot of good teams and a lot of close games this year. A statement win showing that they are for real.
That handoff to Mayfield. Looks like a little chippiness here as Trey McClear makes that tackle. Was doing a little trash talking to Mercado. A couple flags fly. A little bit of frustration from St. Joe's, and the Hermits very excited about this one.
That's right. You saw a late hit there by St. Joe's, and Trey McClear obviously getting up from that late hit, putting a little bit of emphasis by staring down the St. Joe's player, which is never the best thing to do. However, flags fly on that play. Wouldn't be surprised to see both sides getting penalized in this situation.
Yeah, and St. Joe's, some of their fans are starting to leave the stadium, as you can see over there. They know this game's over, just a rough game for them, and you hope that going into their next couple weeks and the rest of the season, they do a lot better than they did.
Will be unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams, so this penalty's offset, so nothing happens.
And you know this game is just about over when the Hermits start chanting, "Start those buses."
Some fun chants by the Rowdies as well. I have fun just watching them sometimes over the game.
Yeah, and as you can see right now, right there, they were waving goodbye to the St. Joe's team, knowing that this game is over.
St. Joe's going to call a timeout there, as only a little over a minute left to go in this game. Guys, this has been a great one. What have you liked how the Hermits have adjusted? You know, at the beginning of the second half, we were all getting pretty nervous. Quick turnover, Wildcats score a touchdown, but then the Hermits closed the doors on them quickly.
So, yeah, there was a lot of mistakes this game for the Hermits, and I think we have to mention that. But even with all those mistakes, they were able to put a very impressive performance, highlighted by Kanye Udo, just having an amazing game, 155 yards rushing this game. He's just been so good this season, so hard to stop, and the Hermits look very good tonight.
And to compliment the Hermits' defense, this is a St. Joe's team that in their first 3 games scored a combined 93 points. But in this game, just 7. That is just all the credit to the Hermits' defense.
And Jimmy, you read my mind there. The Hermits' defense, definitely the unsung heroes of this game. Obviously, players like Udo and Nasir Hill making some big plays for the Hermits. However, the Hermits' defense doing great to hold St. Joe's to only 7 points. They are truly the unsung heroes of this matchup.
Another penalty on St. Joe's. That'll be a loss of 5 more yards.
And as you look ahead in the Hermits' schedule this year, they do have some massive games coming up against very good opponents, highlighted by a matchup against number 3, Holy Spirit at Holy Spirit in the beginning of October. That is going to be a massive game for both teams, and it could culminate in one of them getting a home playoff game this year.
Yeah, and that's looking pretty far ahead. That's a couple of weeks in advance. We'll talk about a couple upcoming games once this game ends. But the Hermits definitely have a lot of games to look forward to, as you said, Vinny. I agree. That Holy Spirit one will be fun, but that's still a couple of weeks away. That pass there will be knocked down.
Batted down by Dennis Jaquez, that's correct.
Dennis Jaquez almost jumped over Mercado right there as the smaller running back went up to try and catch it. But just a great play by Dennis Jaquez, showing how big he is. And if he didn't knock that down, he might have been able to intercept it and take it the other way for a impressive pick 6 to finish off this game.
Yeah, if Coach Roddy is watching right now, he probably like to see Jaquez get up that high. Might have a new guy to try to recruit to the basketball team. Just a minute left to go in this game still. A couple incompletions. The Wildcats will be punting now, and the Hermits will be in victory formation. Probably just going to take a couple knees and run out the clock.
That's right, Jimmy. Just about a minute left in this game. Things are pretty much over. Both sides have... Oh, and that punt actually taking quite an awkward bounce, but...
Ends up being a pretty good punt, though, by Delgazo.
And you have to think that while that was a bad punt, it might have been designed trying to just catch a Hermit player off guard, hit him in the back, and get a fumble recovery to try and get one more score.
As reality begins to set in for the Hermits, some defenders starting to hype up their crowd that showed up for them today, showing their support. Love to see the football players showing the appreciation for the crowd. That's, really made things better for them in this game.
And
bringing
guys,
the noise, hyping them up. It's a great thing to see.
As athletes ourselves, I'm sure there's nothing we enjoy more than being supported by our fellow brothers in the Richland Rowdies.
The Hermits crowd is fired up by a very good win tonight. We expected a little bit of a closer game, but the Hermits have just looked so impressive over these last couple weeks.
Just 49 seconds left to go in this game, so the Hermits offense in victory formation will just have to take a knee or two, run out this clock, and you have yourself another Hermits win. And that's what will happen.
And out of courtesy, St. Joe's not deciding to utilize their timeouts as the last 40 seconds in this game wind down, and the Hermits just need about one more slap to seal off, one more kneel to seal off this win.
This has really just been an excellent game overall by both sides of the Hermits, the Hermits team. They've just done a great job really this entire year with consistency, doing everything they need to do to get wins, and they did it once again today. Big congratulations to them. They're looking good this season, and I think they could do some special things if they keep this up.
And as impressive as this Hermits team has looked this season as they give congratulatory handshakes, there are still some things to clean up, and it shows that this Hermit team still has not reached their full potential as they get further into the season.
That's right, Vinny. I love the performance from the Hermits defense tonight. I love the performance that we saw from Udo, especially in the second half. And I just love the resilience of this team. Obviously, they struggled with the momentum a little bit in the beginning of the second half, but they came back and made a statement win against a great St. Joe's team.
And as the clock strikes 0, your final score, the Hermits win 24-7. Third straight win for the Hermits as their record improves to 3-1. Some of our MVPs to notice for the game: Kenny Selby with an 85-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Kanye Udo with an outstanding second half running for over 100 yards. This was an amazing game by everybody on this team.
And obviously, along with Selby's 85-yard rushing touchdown, he had a great pick to seal off that second half.
Of course, Dre. But that'll wrap things up here in Richland for another game. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, November 20th, as the Hermits soccer team looks for another win when they play Cedar Creek. Dre, I'm sure you can tell me more about that a little later. Hermits football is away next week as they go on the road to take on Millville. So our next broadcast for them will be on Friday, October 1st, when they play Lenape. So make sure to mark your calendars to tune into those games to show your support for the Hermits Athletics. But for now, I'm Jimmy Bachman. Alongside me today was Andreas LaRosa and Vinny Palestina. We thank you for watching this presentation of Prep Football on Hermits Broadcasting, and we look forward to the ones to come. We'll see you next time, and as always, go Hermits.